day that goes by, I don't know, I can't stand any more good news. Today's practice. I'm looking at it now. I just stopped watching it, man. One of the best reports of the year, considering everything else. Hot Boys, the founding member of the Hot Boys. The doctor said, go get him, kid. Gave him a medical clearance, and now, well, you know what's next, don't you? Hey, Kowalski's fine. D is working out. Oh, and you got Emmanuel Sanders walking around saying, man, I didn't even know I needed some time off. I was ready to go. My ankles hurting. What did he say? My toes was hurting. You got a healthy E-Man out there? He didn't realize he needed a break. After all those weeks of football, come on, E-Man, of course you needed a break. Fam, the 49ers versus Vikings playoffs matchup has so many stories surrounding it. The one that has Niners community extremely excited is, of course, the legendary return to action by Kwon. And that means, so much of the defense. You've heard the players. Everybody acknowledges Kwon as being the piston, the spark plug, and the fuel that drops on that top of that head to explode for that defense. So he keeps guys fired up. He's out there, and you look at the job he does out there, and ain't nobody saying nothing about Dre Greenlaw. Hell no. Keep Greenlaw in the mix. I want him and put them all out there at the same time. Fred Warner needs all, and see, here's the thing. You put Fred and Kwon together, that's a nasty combination. Boy. So let it happen, you know what I'm saying? And Kyle Shanahan particularly responded, of course, to the question of, Kyle, have you made your decision yet as to who's going to start this weekend opposite Richard Sherman? Fam, here's the thing. Let me go down here and give you a quote. Let me go over the whole thing. Because I'm really excited about this, and I'm jumping. Let's just take it from the top. All right, so Kwon's been medically cleared. And Kyle said he'll be banging in the pads tomorrow, and they'll make a final decision following practice. You know what they're going to say? They're not going to tell Kwon, we're sorry, man. He's already stated, this is the opportunity of a lifetime I've been waiting for and wanting. They're not going to take that away from him. Kwon's playing. He's going to be in an apparatus, something like J.J. Watt's wearing, just to make sure everything stays tight and in place, so he can, as he says, so he can play strong and play fast. So he doesn't have to be concerned about that. Also, as I mentioned, you've already heard about Kyle. He gave me his typical Kyle-style response to the media. He's wondering who would start opposite Richard Sherman. Let me just give you some Kyle, as I was about to say. Shanahan told reporters before today's practice, quote, I've got a pretty good idea which way we're leaning toward. Does that give you any, what does that make you feel? All right? You're probably thinking the same way as I am, but I'm not going to say anything just yet. He says, but it's not a big difference to me. I know it is to them because I know both of them want to get out there so bad. I think we've got two guys that I feel very confident in, both of them helping us win. Whoever starts, it will be based off of who we think gives us the best chance on Saturday. See, you know, we can't. I think do we know Kyle well enough now when he talks like this what he means? Because, see, I'm not sure. I kind of wish. Anyway, I tell you what, fam. We're going to be going all over these matters tonight, taking phone calls from as many of us as we can, including you, of course. Now, listen, if you just got, this is the first time you're watching, hey, welcome on in, fam. We've been looking for you, waiting for you, all right? Now, if you want to call in, go to the Ronbo Sports app, check that out. You'll see all the instructions and the PIN number that you're going to need to get in here, because people write me about that all the time. So listen, if you're watching right now and you want, how do I call in? You need the Ronbo Sports app. It's absolutely free. Don't worry about that. Absolutely free. Get the app. All the instructions are in there. We do that to keep it away from people who we don't like. And you know who Hawks fans, you know who he is, Texas boy. Of course, all them do is they listen to me and they go right in there. Now, I don't know who I'm trying to fool. But anyway, that's how you get in, and you can call in, and we'll get to you as quick as we can. I'm looking. Big Show. So I forgot to mention to you yesterday, it was my birthday. Let me go down through here really quick. Pernicus Prime. Amore and Kwon coming back for sure. Pernicus? I'm not sure what the. Oh, boy. I like it, though. All-Star Lula. Hey, I hear he only had a small tear. He's going to be wearing a brace. Yep, should be 85%. He should be probably pretty. If it's only a small tear. And you remember he was out. He was trying to show the coaches after the game how he still had movement and everything. So you're probably right. It probably was nothing but an 85 or a small tear. It's cool to be here. Says, let's get this W, man. What up? Niners bang bang, Niners gang. Vegas Seahawks. Man, you guys are getting strong. Hope it's round 3 in the championship game. Oh, God. And Dancing with Nintendo Star says, Jimmy has ice water in his veins. Another Montana. I tell you, I love what I'm seeing at Garoppolo. People are still questioning him. You know, the Super Bowl could be over. Going into the next season, there's still a question of whether the 49ers are going to continue to stay with Jimmy Garoppolo going into the future. What? So, you know, ignore the stupidness. Hey, big show. Let me do the big show here. Oh, hey, that's what that did all stars. Thanks for the contribution, fam. Sometimes I get carried away, I get overly excited, I forget to say thank you. Thank you. Well, it's a big show. It's a big show. It's a big show birthday on tonight. But that said, happy big show. Happy birthday to the big show. Happy birthday, big show. Happy, well, Niners birthday to the show. Big show. But Big Show, I never seen you, man. I never seen you get down and dirty. Yesterday was hollering back and Dre. And I guess it was your birthday and carrying on, man. Good Lord, what's going on with shows? Getting mean on us. I love it. Hey, let me put on my ears and say, hey, Phil.
Hey, Ronbo.
Phil.
Hey, happy birthday, Big Show.
Show. Phil, you got Kwon. Doctor said leave him alone. If he wants to play, let him play. You got Kyle dodging answers. You know he is. And you got Kyle dodging the answer about who's going to start. But, Phil, you already mentioned that yesterday. What's happening there, Phil?
I think Mosley's going to.
Yeah, well, that answers the question of who gets a better chance to win.
I think if Shanahan, if it was Spoon, he would have said Spoon. But since he said he doesn't know yet, I think it's Mosley.
Brilliant deduction, Phil. That absolutely makes sense. Yeah. Because he's not going to offend Mosley by saying anything. Mosley hasn't been starting all year. If Mosley was starting, well, yeah, he's not going to say it in that way. He's going to be polite and show Spoon some respect by saying.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You're right.
That's what I read into it anyway.
You're right. I agree.
So, no, I'm ready for the game. I mean, let's get it on. I mean, the only thing that worries me is, Sheldon Day. He's going to have to play a lot of play in the middle. And we got to stop the run. And DJ Jones was a big part of that.
Huge part of it.
And so, yeah, I'm worried about DJ Jones, Solomon T, and Earl Mitchell holding up on the inside. If we can do that, I don't see us losing this game.
I just don't. But the Saints didn't see themselves losing that game either. It's a really scary situation. I don't know what happened in New Orleans, but I don't see Cousins.
Well, Minnesota's not going to sneak up on us because of that Saints game. All right?
Yeah.
So I think the Saints were a little bit snuck up on. I think they came out flat.
How does
especially
Sean
on
Payton
offense.
get snuck up on at this point in the season of Phil? This is the only thing I also entertain that thought.
Well, the
But
players play. Okay, so the players play.
yeah.
And I don't think it was Sean Payton. I think it was the players.
But did you think did he do everything he could to make sure that team was prepared? I mean, you got to get inside those guys' heads and see where they're at. I mean, these are things that coaches like him should be well adept at doing. And his guys came out there and got beaten up.
Yeah.
I'm really shocked.
I mean, only scoring 20 points in the dome, I didn't foresee that at all.
Yeah.
But the one thing that Minnesota does do is they get turnovers. They were a plus 11 this year on turnovers, and we were only a plus 4 for the season. So, one thing we cannot do is turn the ball over to Minnesota. We just can't do it. It's
that goes out. Any team we play from here on, you turn the ball over, that opens a window for a loss. Absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think if we don't turn the ball over and we play our game, we're the better team.
Phil, they're going to run those edge rushers. They're changing the defensive up, but the problem was with that, they've allowed Kyle to see that. And he's going to adjust to that. But look for those all-star edge rushers
the other thing.
Come running in the middle.
Here's the other thing. Minnesota New Orleans doesn't run the ball as well as we do.
That's a good point.
So those edge rushers can come charging in, and they were just, pinning their ears back going after Drew Brees because they know he's going to pass most of the time.
Yeah.
Kamara's not a threat running the ball. He's more of a threat catching the ball.
Yeah.
And so the defensive ends were just charging. I mean, all we have to do is just one of those handoffs to Mostert or Breida,
and they're gone.
And it's an 80-yard run.
I love the intriguing thing about Phil. We got to go. You know what? We're not taking a break this week. I'll be back tomorrow. We'll continue. Okay.
All right, man. Well, anyway, thanks, Ronbo, for all you do. And happy birthday,
Phil.
show.
Night, Phil.
All right, man. Talk to you later. Bye.
Let's roll all over your 210, your area code in Texas. Texas, the Lone Star State, where the tumbleweeds are rolling. Texas, come on in, Texas. 210, your area code. Hello.
Hello?
And who is this?
My name is Diego.
Hey, you're Diego. Diego, I got that email from you. Hi, Diego.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Good.
Diego, I need you to. You got something on in the background. You need to turn that speaker's. It's coming into your mouthpiece. Can you turn that down? Well, it seems to be gone now. Okay. Diego, come on in here and talk some football, man. Are you in Texas or is this just a? Hello.
Hello?
Yeah, somebody got cut in. Diego, are you in Texas? Because you're surrounded by cowboys all day. Well,
yeah,
some
I'm in
Texas fans as well. Diego wrote me a note and asked, "Hey, can kids come call into the program?" Diego, we'd love to hear what your thoughts are about Kwon Alexander coming off of the IR. The 49ers playing against the Vikings. What are you thinking here?
I'm thinking that it's like really good that Kwon's back, but it's just like how many plays is he gonna play? You know?
Hey, good point. Good point. Because they should bring him back slowly, shouldn't they? Because if you play him the entire game, it's a risk. He's not ready for that. He's not in condition for it. He needs to come along. Yeah. Well, you limit his snaps this game then, huh? I think that's a good idea.
And I'm also thinking, because I've been hearing that we're like having better runs than like the Saints and the Vikings. And what I'm thinking is that if we keep giving the ball to TC, then that's not going to be the case. like last game.
No, I agree. And in fact, Diego, what do you think Kyle's thinking? he likes to make sure that no running back gets overloaded. My guess. He's going to go a two-man committee for sure, possibly a three guy. Who would you start as opposed to TC, Matty B, or of course Monster, otherwise known as Mostert? Hey, which is the guy you would start? Because I'm thinking I want to collect strategies on this. Who should be starting?
I think Heem should start because we saw what he can do if he really puts his mind to something.
Yeah.
But he could just be, or you can put Matty B in because he's good.
When you think about it, who makes a defense more tired between Matty B and TC? I'm thinking it could be Kyle likes to soften that defense up a bit because you're shifting gears. It's like you're going through a hot car. First gear, second gear, third gear, right? So I'm going to start my car in first. Mm-hmm. Maybe TC represents first gear. Kyle not expecting a lot from him, but he hopes he can get what he can from him. Meanwhile, those guys are out there chasing TC. They're wearing him out. He runs maybe for a first down his first couple of series, or first couple of handoffs, maybe runs a first down. Jimmy G's not even throwing the ball yet. He goes back in there and he runs. Kyle stays with him. He thinks he's hot. Suddenly he gets dropped for a loss. Next pass, here comes Jimmy G's going to get him out of that. He's going to throw for a first down to George Kittle. Run game starts all over again. Now you go to Matty B. I'm starting to understand what Kyle's doing. You wear that defense out, and suddenly you run Heem in there. Mr. Juke and Jut and Speed. He's a combination almost of TC and Matty B. It's, because we got. Go ahead, because we're running out of time.
What I'm thinking is that in the first quarter we put TC in there just to make them think we're not very good at running and tire them out, and then we put Heem or Matty B in there,
right.
And we just kind of show them up.
There you go. Listen, we're out of time, Diego. I didn't realize we were moving that fast. Hey, tell you what, I'll be back tomorrow, Diego. Now you know how to get in here. Let's get in here tomorrow. We'll see you then, huh?
Okay, yeah. One more thing. It's how a few years ago it was the Minneapolis Miracle?
Yeah.
This one's going to be a Minneapolis Massacre.
There you go, Diego. I like it. I'm going to adopt that phrase myself. Have a good night, Diego.
You too.
Thanks, man. Hey, Dre.
Little Diego, I like that little brother. He's on the right track at a young age.
Yeah.
Ain't that a thing? Ain't that something?
The Minneapolis Massacre. Too bad we're playing in Levi's though. But anyway, but Dre, man, we knew he was coming back, and Kyle's still playing games with us, but we know what he's talking about.
I think everybody was like, "Yeah, bro." There's one person I'm not going to doubt is Kwon Alexander. I think everybody thought it was just like a shot in the dark when KV was tweeting and saying, "Bro, he's telling y'all he coming." Like he been telling y'all the whole time.
True.
Kwon Alexander has. So when you go to the NFL, Ronbo, there's about 6 things you want to do. You want to have a career that lasts longer than 5 years.
Yeah.
You want to be all pro. You want to be all pro. You want to go to the Pro Bowl. You want to go to the playoffs. You want to win a Super Bowl. Kwon Alexander has had a career. This is his 5th year. He came to the league in 2014.
Yep.
He's been all pro.
Mm-hmm.
He's been to the Pro Bowl.
Yep.
He hasn't been to the playoffs. He
Yep.
hasn't won a Super Bowl.
Yep.
This is his chance to do those two
Wrap
things.
it all
There's no
up.
chance in hell.
Exactly.
There's no chance in hell he's not playing this game. And that is what it is. I was looking at the logistics of past games and looking at some things that I feel are keys to victory. Let me go to my Twitter because I tweeted this earlier today. And my keys to victory is, of course, hold on, my bad, y'all. Let me scroll. I'm scrolling. Hold Dalvin Cook to under 100 yards.
Oh,
to
absolutely.
at 100 or under 100 yards. Kirk Cousins, no more than 230 yards passing. Sack him 4 times. Force 1 turnover. Score on the first possession. and run for over 120 yards and 2 touchdowns and let Jimmy G do the rest.
Those are all doable.
That I feel that is what I feel like our keys to victory is. You know, I mean, it's really that simple. And I prefer that turnover not to be a strip sack, but I prefer the turnover to be an interception.
INT, those are always better. Yes.
Right. And it would be and there's 2 guys that I potentially want to get the interception. One is I would like Dalvin Cook to run out in the flats and forget that Kwon Alexander is back in the game and intercept it and possibly return it for a pick 6 or give it back to us in our red zone. Kind of like what we've seen with Fred Warner. And I'll say the other one that I would want to see is to boost his confidence. That would be a Kevin Witherspoon to get a pick on Stephon Diggs and make him throw his helmet on at the sideline like a little girl.
Because did you watch that film from last year? That was Diggs. You know, Keller probably wants so badly to get another shot at Diggs.
Back. And this is the thing, man. I'm a man. As a grown man, bro, I will come on here or in front of anybody and admit when I was wrong. Now, I wasn't wrong with my thesis on what I thought the issue was, but I was wrong to come at my brother Big Show like that, especially on his birthday. I didn't know it was his birthday. that was effed up, man. Happy birthday, bro. I apologize. You know, I love you. But at the same time, I feel as Niner fans, we have to be able to call out when somebody's playing bad. No, I'm a huge KB fan, right? Yes. Me and Big Show, we go at it about every 3 months. We get in an argument. Anybody who's been here for years, they know this, okay? Yes. And just like he could call out Kendrick when he had a bad game. I came on the show and I called him out when he had a bad game against Seattle.
You and me both.
But we cannot make excuses for him. I can't say, well, Kendrick had a bad game because George Kittle wasn't playing and Emmanuel Sanders wasn't playing and there was a lot of pressure on his shoulders. We can't say, well, Witherspoon has been playing bad because there was no Jaquaski Tart and no Kwon Alexander. No, bro, we can't do that. When somebody plays bad, they're playing bad.
Drake, let me put a bookmark right there. We'll continue tomorrow, okay?
Yes, sir, man. Shout out to the Niner fan, man. TNT fan, man. Trey, Big Show, you know what I'm saying? Jerry Fresh, Rousseau, Shay Lewis. Man, who else? Did I forget people? Man, I probably forgot some people. There's a lot of them.
They know you're talking about them.
Yeah, man. I love y'all, man. We out of here, man.
All right, Dre. Looking forward to hearing from you tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. See, that's what I like about TNT. They battle each other like crazy, but they still show the love when they need to. Good job, Dre. And James.
What's up, Ronbo? How you doing, man?
James, I'm telling you, man, I'm just way too excited, man. I can't remember the last time. Christmas has always been fun, and New Year's and all that. But we've had so many years, James, we've not had this kind of celebration going forward into the new year. It's just insane. I don't even know what to do with this.
Oh, yeah. I tell you, man, once again, thank you for having us. Happy birthday shout out to the fellow Big Show there. And I wish Roberto success and praying for him in that surgery. Yeah. And I think we're ready, man. I just think that, I spoke the other night about a few things in particular with, Kwon coming back. And I know Mike Shanahan, especially Gary Kubiak, they're going to give a good eye test on trying to run Dalvin Cook right at him. But with that being said, I think they kind of need to, keep him on a pitch count just to see how he's doing, because I know he's amped up and ready to go, but we also need him in the future. So with that being said, don't let him just, if he's holding up, let him play. But if you see that, he's struggling, you gotta just make him back away from his own self-awareness, man, because, he could hurt himself. I mean, worse than he's coming back off an injury that, even though it was minimal, I've never seen anybody in the league come back from a pectoral tear that quick, but I'm praying he's okay. Yeah, got injured on Halloween, basically the Halloween weekend. That Monday was Halloween. Yeah. We played on a Thursday night. That's only been about 11 weeks ago, but, I'm hoping and praying that he's good to go. But with that being said, man, I think you're an extremely big trouble if you try to blitz Kyle Shanahan's offense. Jimmy Garoppolo will dial that ball up on you real quick. And listen, we got backs that can run those zone runs, and we can take them right out of their game. And I think Shanahan is not just wanting to, of course he wants to beat them, but it's the way he wants to beat them because it's a lot of factors that factor into this game. Number one, he was still in school when Gary Kubiak was with the Broncos with his dad. And then Kubiak left and went to the Texans and came back and became the head coach of the Broncos also. But at the same time, you know, Kyle knows that Jimmy Garoppolo is better than Kirk Cousins, hands down, any given day. And I think he's gonna prove a point against him in this game. And some of the things we've seen in maybe the Saints game, we're gonna.
I'm sorry, James. Go ahead, James.
Some of the things we've seen in the Saints game, whoever that rude individual is, it is what it is, man. You got some people that, you know, their education doesn't span very well, but that's okay. But with that said, man, I think Kyle is going to dial up some phenomenal plays that we've seen in like the Saints game and other games as well. And, you know, we're ready. It's our time, man. But I just know I hope they do start Emmanuel Mosley because I know his confidence is not wavering, bro. Akello, hey, man, I understand. Some people say he had a bad game. All I know is that the 4 games he's played, he's gave up over 10 touchdowns, man, in 4 games. In 4 games.
It's worrisome.
Now, I don't know a cornerback in the league that did that, but I know it's one in San Francisco that's done that. So maybe he did have a bad game. He had a few bad games and continues to have them. But let's see what happens because right now, this ain't a season atmosphere where we can say, well, you got to get the guy back in the game and let him, you know, let's see how he does, you know, and maybe his confidence will come back. No, we've got a player that's got great confidence, has played well in Emmanuel Mosley, and I know Kyle is going to go with it. He's going to start it. And it is what it is.
And his bottom line is, who's going to give us the best chance to win? And in our minds,
thank you.
You know, that's it. But James, we got put right there, James. I'm going to tell you what. I'll see you tomorrow, okay?
Hey man, Ronbo, love what you do, man. Nana Empire, Nana for life. It's that
Thanks,
time.
James.
This ain't about egos and, you know, see if people can find their game. We can't lose these games. That's the bottom line.
Win or go home.
It's Super Bowl time. That's right. Thank you. Have a great evening. Be blessed, man.
Thanks, man. You too. Appreciate getting in here, James. Have a good night. Yeah, James stays up late, wait for us, but we get him in here as fast as we can. Hey, John V. Thank you, fam. I love that little green guy jumping around there. Thanks for that contribution, John. Let's go and check into Charles.
How you doing now, Ronbo?
Charles doing great. And Charles, I want to ask you, are we being a little too are we being sensitive to the real issue here between Kello Witherspoon, Kyle Shanahan, and whatever forces that are also involved in decision making? I mean, are we actually just getting a little carried away with the I don't know if we can't label it hate, but are we being sensible about this? I thought I did that angle just to see if you could deal with that. Go ahead. Yes.
You gave me some curveball. I'm thinking. You know what? I'm just gonna say this. Every man gets criticized the same way.
True.
When what's his name? I forget. Kendrick Bourne had that terrible game against Seattle. We criticized them. He took it like a man. Next week stepped up and played. He's been balling ever since.
Excellent.
With Witherspoon, it's a continuation. It keeps happening. So I'm just gonna leave that on that note.
No, and really, and you know what? We could draw our own conclusions from that. And that, if we're sitting in a courtroom and we're trying to decide whether or not who's supposed to be starting this weekend, that would be a huge argument. Put the name wherever you like. I know exactly what you're talking about, and I've seen. It's a frightening thing. It's unnerving. I cannot relax. From the time the game starts, if I know that there's a possible breach to be found by that offense, it's going to freak me out. Man. But anyway, the good news is we got who back.
Let me,
Go ahead.
I just want to say congratulations to the Goodwin family. I just saw. I don't know how. I think
Baby's
it was
born?
a few days ago.
Yeah.
Their baby is officially a healthy baby.
So
I want to congratulate them.
Congrats is right.
And congratulations to them. On this note, on the game on Saturday, let me just say this. Ronbo, I don't know what to expect. I don't know what to expect because it's Kirk Cousins. You don't know if they're going to be that team that got blown out on Monday night, 3-28, I think the score was, or that team against New Orleans that just balled out. I don't know what to expect.
I tell you what, Charles. One thing I am concerned with is New Orleans Saints and these sudden beatings. I mean, they got beat not only by us, but what was with that scoring marathon? Now, granted, we didn't bring any defense that day that could stop them either. But I mean, I thought the Saints were supposed to be good at defending. What was that? So I mean, I know Kyle's magic can overwhelm anybody, but the Saints are a hot and cold kind of team. They can have that happen. I think we're a little more consistent.
I think it was more Dalvin Cook was running down their throats and Kirk Cousins was thriving off play action.
Yeah.
He had a good game. Dalvin Cook was balling.
He was.
But Ronbo, we got Kwon Alexander back.
You got Fred, you got Greenlaw. I mean, we got these chase and kill dudes.
Ronbo, can I get a Niners shout for my boy Kwon?
Yeah. Of it, legendary Niners! Kwon, so glad to have you back up in here. Charles,
Ronbo,
tell you what.
how many snaps do you think Kwon's gonna get?
God, that's me too quick. Let me. Can I think about that? What is the average plays?
I saw him on the practice field. He wasn't gimpy or anything. He looked solid. He looked healthy.
Oh, he's ready to
go. He looked fine.
Put it this way: he'll play half a game for sure. I'm gonna put it that way.
He'll play with no pectoral muscle.
The dude's crazy. Him and George Kittle, these guys are cut from a cloth where the pain is not going to be an issue. Even if it did hurt, man is insane. And they play better, seemingly, when they're hurting. So, Charles, we're out of time.
All right, Rambo. I'll get to what I was saying next time. I appreciate the platform as always.
Thanks, man.
Have a good night, Rambo.
Be looking for you tomorrow. Have a good night, fam. And, because these guys, we got some crazy dudes on this team. I'm trying to figure out how many crazies we do have on this team. Sherman's crazy. You see Rich pull a muscle. They're taking Rich back to the locker room, and it's questionable whether he returns. Less than 5 minutes later, Sherman's over there. Sherman's checking back into the game. I thought he pulled. Hey. What are we? Mr. DeCoy says, Monster can run good in the rain. We've seen that in the Washington game. By the way, and Duo says there's no rain in Santa Clara Saturday, guys. He's got an exclamation point behind it as well. They've been making that forecast for days, haven't they? Technistic says, I think we're going to be more than sensible about the spoon situation. She said, Techniques chick. All right. You're right. I hope so. And Mr. Forrest says, I'm worried about Goodwin. He put up a video about his house shopping in Atlanta. What do you think? And I think you're absolutely on target with that. I'm just glad he finally had a child without any complications and the baby's here and they can move forward. And that's been a problem for them. Can you imagine having gone through that 2 years and scared to death on this third year? So Marquise has been overwhelmed with that, and I think it was consumed that he couldn't even play his game. Because I love Goodwin, man. I thought he brought a lot to the game when we had him. It's just unfortunate that all of a sudden the things happened the way they did. So shout out to Marquise and family. Hey, Dion.
Ronbo, what's going on, brother?
Oh, do you know, man, happiness is about that 4-9. We got Kwon. I've been worried about him coming back. I've been happy with D, but man, I do appreciate me some experience, and the other element he brings to that field is all that juice and enthusiasm. Them dudes are playing way up out there, Ed, because Kwon's standing back there in their ear the whole time. And then of course,
Ronbo, it's gonna be a beautiful game, man. It's gonna be a beautiful game with everybody coming back. I mean, like, it's just, the gang's back, man. Everybody's coming. Everybody's back. Say, like I said, say for the rotational pieces that we have on the defensive line.
Yeah.
Everybody is home. Like, we have nothing to be worried about. Everything gonna be copacetic. It's gonna be a beautiful thing. We're gonna go in here and we just got to deal with a pass rush, and we should be perfectly fine. I'm not worried about their pass coverage because it's not that great.
Hey, they got one guy that's out. The Vikes.
So they're pass rush.
I forget who he is.
Okay.
They got one guy that's not going to play. Dion?
Yeah. Sorry, say that again.
No, I was just saying they got one cornerback that's not going to play. I just read in their injury report, the Vikings.
That's fantastic that he ain't playing. That means more for us.
Because we ain't got no sympathy. This is about a game of attrition. If you can't come in with everything you got, then that's your problem.
Definitely so, man. We have so much that'll be going on, and it'll be just a situation where we're going to come in there and give Kirk Cousins nightmares. At the end of the day, he's not going to know what to do or why he did it. He's going to be thinking to himself, what was I thinking going in there, having an offensive coordinator / head coach that knows what my weaknesses are, who can help his defensive coordinator attack me, and then at the same time having this defense just come run ragged all over him. It's going to be ridiculously crazy.
Dion, let me ask you a question on that since you're already on that subject. Now, everybody on every social media said, all they're going to do is they're going to put him in that moving screen, put him in that moving pocket. I said, I bet you're going to say the same thing I said. They think everybody that throw a football can just jump into a moving pocket and function. What do you... The 49ers ready for that? How many times are we going to see that before we start to be able to handle that?
This is the situation. What they're thinking is they're looking at what Jared Goff did, and they're saying he bootlegged, so they didn't get to him. Let me explain something to you. You know the reason why we didn't get to Jared Goff? Because Kwon Alexander wasn't playing. You have someone who can run sideline to sideline. So you got to think about it. You're going to put D Ford, Nick Bosa on the edge. Eric Armstead, DeForest Buckner in the middle. So they're going to collapse that pocket. So the minute you roll out, who's waiting for you with open arms ready to give you a big hug? It's going to be Kwon Alexander or Dre Greenlaw. So you take your pick, you pick your poison, and it doesn't make a difference which way you go. Somebody's going to say, hey, Kirk, man, come here, baby, give me a hug. And as you turn around and run away, somebody like Eric Armstead is just going to smack you because he's going to look at you and go, they disrespected me. They wouldn't put me in the Pro Bowl. They didn't give me first team All-Pro. I'm coming in here to eat.
He's still angry, yes.
I'm hungry. Get in my belly. He's going to be rubbing his stomach. He's going to be rubbing his belly all night long.
I'm tired of people saying, oh, man, y'all too confident and cocky. They're going to put him in that moving pocket, and they're going to do the same thing to us that everybody else did. Fool, do you understand what you just said? Everybody else has done that, right? Everybody ain't Action Jackson. It ain't gonna work for everybody. It didn't work. And look at the scores of them people you're talking about. Who won the game? See, they get me fired up. I start talking crazy. Man. Anyway,
I know that's the whole point, man. Look, Ronbo, I was at work, and I actually helped a guy out and made him took him from sad to happy. And you know what he was? At the end of the call, I didn't realize it. He was a damn Vikings fan. He blew his little horn. He did his little skull clap. I told him, I said, had I known you were a Vikings fan, I'd have hung up on you. I hung up. I wouldn't have done it because we're going to come and rip you to shreds this weekend.
I love it. Yeah, we out of time. I love that. Dude, let me see you tomorrow, man. I'll be back tomorrow. I can't stay away. I'll see you tomorrow.
All right, Ronbo. Have a good evening, brother.
You too, fam. Check out Dion. You see him on that chat. That's Dion. Click him up. He's got content. I want to hear about that action he's doing now. get over there himself in a minute. Hey, and and Mark Lamar, what's up? Mark says 150 yards. Emmanuel Sanders, he's got some rest. I know, man. Emmanuel, he didn't. Mark, thanks for that contribution. Emmanuel Sanders didn't even know he was tired. But you can tell a hardcore football player. He said he's sitting there in the media, and he says, I didn't even know I needed a rest until I took one. You know what I really enjoyed about Sanders, too? Sanders says he learned from Kendrick Bourne. He said, things they do here, Kendrick Bourne, runs through that ball. Emmanuel Sanders talking about, we're talking about a Pro Bowler, a grizzled vet, talking about learning from some of the youngsters on the team. I love it. Oh, hey, guys, when you call in, people that are new, please, when you call in, after you call in, just freeze. Don't touch anything. Do not unmute. We do that so we keep out excessive noise while we have people on. So please, do not unmute. All right, wait, Chud. Man, I can't even find MC. Maybe it's one of the reasons why MC Night is hanging out. So, he could flash in anytime because that's the way he does. But I don't think so. Hey, Sino!
Ronbo.
Sino.
It's going to be legendary out there, man.
And man, because them 49ers is fired up. They just got a little bit of rest. And Sino, you remember what happened last time the 49ers took a break? Baker Mayfield has not forgotten what happened back then. His whole career took a hit. In fact, what the 49ers did to the Browns that night may have had impact on what happened to them this entire year. Baker, you good? Sino, talk about it. What's going on, man? You got Kwon back. You got Cal playing games with the media, talking about who's going to start this weekend. What's up?
I seen that video of D4 testing out that hamstring. That's a good thing right there.
Yes.
And Kwon Alexander. Like I said, this game's going to be legendary. Everybody's back.
Yeah.
It's going to be like week 1 through 8.
Yes. Oh, God, those are glorious days.
Everybody got good rest. Emmanuel Sanders, George Kittle, Kendrick Bourne. I'm waiting to see what Matty B going to do. I haven't seen him in a while. Eric Mosley's been running the helm as far as the running back is concerned. I think everybody's going to share the ball as far as the running back.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And Sino, add to
might
that
get
fact,
a little bit.
And Sino, all that you just said, add to that fact that the Vikings get 5 days rest because they failed to do anything to avoid the wild card game. So they're coming in here on a short week to get an ass whooping. I was thinking, be humble. I said yesterday, I cannot be humble. Oh, gosh. People getting all over me about that. Ronbo, man, you need to chill out, man, because this game ain't even played yet, man. Look, like I just told Cito, they're resting for 5 days. Our guy's been off for how long? Resting up, healing up, coming in all pumped up. I feel sorry for the Vikings. Well, go ahead, Cino.
Yeah, that Cal Shanahan, let me put the best guy that give us the better chance to win.
Says it all.
Yeah, it's Mosley.
I feel sorry. I like Kello. I really do. I've always liked him. But this is business. We cannot afford for him to be running behind receivers in this game. He's got some things to work on, and I'm not giving up on him. He ain't getting cut. But next year, he's got to get this game together. Spoon, please. Come on.
And I messed around and seen highlights of this man in Colorado. He was all right.
Yeah. He was all right at the beginning of the year. Nobody knows.
I don't want to say I hope the foot injury. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's not an issue. I don't know what else. I don't know what else it could be.
Missed assignments and some.
He'll bounce back though. I believe that.
Yeah, I ain't giving up on him. It's just like him and Dante. You gotta be patient. We drafted him too high. They had great potential. Dante showed his potential last year. Remember the Vikings game? Dante was the man. All right.
Yeah.
And then again, last year, Spoon had a nice game against the Broncos. He came in this season, did good work before he got hurt. You gotta be careful who you throw in the garbage can. But these, look at Eric Armstead. All of a sudden now he's a golden boy. People was getting ready to trade Eric Armstead last year for a box of peanuts. So gotta wait sometimes. So. Anyway, Cino. Hey, Cino, man, I'll be back tomorrow, fam. Let's get some more football tomorrow, see what else develops in camp. Or should I say, at St. Clair.
Ronbo.
All right, Cino. Have a good night, fam.
All right. You too.
Thanks, fam. Hey, Ellis.
Put your hand on the bottom of it. Yeah.
Ellis.
What's up, Ronbo?
Ellis, man, just can't. It's just fun to just wake up and check out the news and see what happened. Hey, let him play. Stop talking. He's ready. They're going to put the pads on tomorrow. They're going to get some hit. Bam. Look at him. Ain't nothing wrong with him. He starts. And then we're going to, see how many snaps he gets. And, and Spoon and Kyle and Mosley. That's a soap opera. But what do you think's going on?
Well, I'm glad to see that we're going to be, having everybody that, started with us in week one. And,
almost everybody.
the first, that we got all our pieces in place. This is an important game. We definitely can't take the Vikings lightly. They got a lot of momentum, and they got a fairly, they're a fairly good match as far as, the tangibles in the offense and defensive, side of the ball, messing with ours. We're obviously the better, but we have to play that way, and we can't, just, take this game lightly. And I don't think we're going to come out like that anyway.
No.
So I'm just, I'm ready to get it going. I'm hoping that they play it on TV, because I know last time when we had the Saturday game, they didn't even have it televised. Like, you had to have a certain cable provider to watch the game. Yeah, or you had to download the NFL app just to watch the damn game. I couldn't watch it from home. The last game we played against the Rams, I'm like, man, you got to do the Saturday stuff, and it's like it's unscheduled. So, the networks, if they're not contracted to let them be televised.
Or it costs a fortune for them to have the rights to play that game. At some point, the NFL is going to go pay-per-view on some of these things. Watch and see. But, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I want to see us, come out and shine and do what we need to do. This isn't a game where, we be shy. We definitely want to go full bore with this and set the tone for when we go into this championship, this NFC championship. That's just the way I see it. And Kwon Alexander coming back is right on time. The energy, everything's going to be necessary. He'll get limited, I think, snaps, and they'll rotate him in, maybe give him
don't go too
more.
hard. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, give him the what's my man, our D lineman that we've been waiting on, D Ford, to come back.
Yeah,
he'll get limited snaps like he does, but he'll probably have a little more production or better production.
You put him in on obvious passing downs. Maybe sit him down, just obvious passing downs, and let Zettel play the rest of the time. That's a good formula, actually.
Yeah.
Zettel's he's not a wuss, and I like that idea actually. Yeah, this way he explodes. He's fully rested on every one of those passing downs.
Oh yeah, get a few blitzes on Kirk Cousins, shake him up a little bit, let him know we're coming, and he's gonna, Nick and everybody in company. I think we're gonna do great defensively. This will be a strong thing to see us come back full bore, and then let the offense complement it. And I mean, we'll take this one no problem. So we just need to get it done, though.
Yeah.
We just need to get it done.
We can't we've done too much not to. And as I say, it'd be embarrassing to lose. Ellis, who's got more veterans? People always said, 49ers, do they have the veteran leadership necessary to move forward in this situation? I think we've got more veterans. Don't we have more than the Vikings do?
I think, we may have just as many. We have one of the younger teams, though, from what I understand. We got, Joe Staley, of course.
But I mean, sprinkled throughout the roster. I mean, when you look at Staley, you look at Kwon, I consider him a vet. Richard Sherman, God, yes, he's a vet. Deebo Samuel, there's another vet. And the way Fred Warner plays, the only thing he hasn't got is playoffs experience. But there's another dude that's just crazy good. So I don't feel like
we got to come out. We got to come and put a beating on these boys. Thielen and Rudolph. You know, they got some weapons in there, and that dude's big. That push off he got away with, or whatever. Diggs is good, of course. He's great. You know what I mean? And Dalvin Cook. They're gonna come with it. So we just got to bring it to them.
You just got to be ready.
Let them know, hey, no, great, nice try, and keep it moving and play sound football. That's we got to come in and do our job. That's it.
All right, Ellis. I'm gonna be looking for you tomorrow, fam.
All right, champ.
All right.
Okay, champ. Have a good one. Shout out to the family. All right, Ronbo.
Yo. And remember, guys. Remember again. Please do not unmute when you get in. Just hold right there. We'll take over from there. And hey, John V says, Coach interviews a distraction during playoffs. Coach interviews a distraction during playoffs. John V, I'm not sure what you mean by that, but thanks for the contribution. But I'd like to know more about it. Coaches interviews distraction during playoffs. You know, you have to worry about. Kyle's not going to say anything that's going to give him away, though. They do ask questions. They'll try to pry into things as if a coach. Even with, you saw the interview that included also Nick Bosa. It was too funny. Nick's a perfect guy. He's never going to say anything that's going to give anything away. Dre, Phantom.
My man.
Dre. Oh, this is fun, ain't it?
Hey, it is. He's talking about Robert Saleh's interview with the Browns.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ah. And you know what? I wonder what came of that. I don't think the Browns are interested in a defensive person as much as they were just wanting to talk to him. Because although I hope he got it, I hope he's getting work in this week. So I've not heard much more about that.
Yeah, I think, at this point, I think all the positions have been filled, and the Browns pretty much got the pick of the litter. They could pick anybody that's left for the most part, right?
Yeah, and you're right. John says, should the NFL wait till teams are finished? And actually, they did it during the bye week, so I guess I guess that's probably okay. But John, I agree, man. Thanks, John. Yeah.
Yeah, that worked out in our favor, being that we had the bye week. But I can imagine for other teams. But hey, comes with the territory, I guess. You know.
Yeah, and Saleh's his assistants, they can run that practice. There's no problem with that. So, and he's back now, so they're fine. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're definitely straight. Yeah, man. But
besides, he's got Kwon back. What are you thinking?
Man, I'm loving it. I'm definitely loving it. I've seen the videos too, just like so many other guys calling in of him practicing. He's looking good, but like you said, padded practice tomorrow, so can't wait to see how he feels, or we get a report on that.
Yes, indeed, man. I tell you, I can't wait to see him. That first hit's going to make me crazy. I'm going to be sitting there waiting. So let's see what Kwon does on this first play. Oh! Kwon blows him up behind the line of scrimmage, and that play probably wasn't called. Kwon seemed to have taken up from his position on his own cue, and it worked. Dalvin Cook's laying in the dirt. He's not getting up. I can imagine these things in a minute, boy. Woo!
I'll tell you, and then the stadium is going to erupt if he makes some big plays or some big hits, and it's going to be crazy. Yes, sir. How much you think teams look into bulletin material? Because I was just looking on Instagram, and I forget how he pronounces this reporter's name, Matt Malco or something like that. Yeah. But yeah, he posted that in 2018 that the defensive end Daniel Hunter on the Vikings, when we played them, said that Garoppolo gets scared as you put pressure on him.
Oh, I can't. Jimmy probably can't wait to see this guy. I mean, people talked about that for 2 or 3 weeks. Garoppolo we scared him. We shook him up. Yeah, you guys, in your dreams, I doubt very seriously whether Garoppolo gets scared.
Right. Total different team from that point as well, But again, Ronbo, man, just a roll call. I didn't have much to say today, man. Just excited. Glad you're going on pretty much every day. I think you said you might be on much more this week.
Yeah,
so.
I look for the slightest bit of news to get to talk about. I'll be in there tomorrow. I'm hoping, 'cause otherwise, we're just gonna come in and have a group hug.
Right. Hey, Ronbo, real quick, do you know of any places where, if like I wanted to come up from LA up that way, if I wanted to be a part of like the experience, like, is there a certain like,
but a place to hang out, bars, and that type of thing? Sports
yeah.
bars? You know what? I can probably give you a whole listing. Hey, hit me up at Rombo Sports. Rombo Sports. Rombo Sports at gmail.com. I'm supposed to got my own address. Maybe I can come up with a few lists of places, my favorites. All right.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
Right. Are you coming to the city, or are you coming to someplace in the Bay, or where?
Well, I actually, I would love to come to the game, especially if we win this week.
Oh, the
it wouldn't
game
be this weekend. But yeah, or if I can't get tickets for the game, I definitely want to be in Santa Clara or just in the Bay Area, wherever it's popping. You know.
All right, hey, chat, guys. Leave names of establishments that you think that'd be a great place for Dre to hang out this weekend, no matter where you are in the Bay Area, so he can go. He'll have any number of choices. All right. All right, Dre.
Appreciate it, Ronbo.
I'll be taking note too, fam. All right. Have a good night, fam. We'll see you tomorrow.
You too.
And we roll on over. Hey, Mel.
Ronbo, bang, bang, Niner gang. What's good, my bro?
Yo, you know, because I'm telling you, every time I hear a little bit of good news, it just blows up in my head like a Tic Tac. When you drop that off in your mouth, it just explodes with flavor.
Ronbo, I tried to told you, man. I tried to told you, my bro.
I know.
I tried to tell you
I
not
just
to
couldn't
be
believe
nervous.
it's too good of news.
Told you, don't be nervous, don't be worried. And I also want to say don't be worried to the individuals who have been kind of concerned about whether or not the team is going to kind of take this game lightly because of the fact that we're the number 1 seed and they're the 6th seed. Listen, rewind the tape to after the Falcons game when I try to tell everybody, try to calm down a little bit. Nothing to be all up in arms about. But I said that there's a good reason for this loss right here. And this right here is the exact reason for that Falcons loss. So we can avoid something like this. Now, had that Falcons loss not happened right after that Saints game, there's a possibility that a lot of the young guys may have gone into this Vikings game like, okay, we're the number 1 seed. They barely made it in here. And they may have gone into this game cocky. But the fact that we polished off the Saints and then went and lost to the Falcons, these guys know it doesn't matter what the record is. It doesn't matter what the spread is. We have to come and we have to bring it. So these guys are not taking this game lightly. That's a fact. So, there's nothing to worry about with that, man. These guys learned from that Falcons loss. Yeah. So we're good. We're not taking this team lightly. We're going in with all intentions of punching on them. The first playoff game at Levi's.
There's no way they come in anything but dialed up to over the edge. If anything, guys are going to have to calm them down. I cannot imagine them coming in anything lackluster as far as the mind goes.
No doubt. And as far as veteran leadership, we don't have a whole lot of veterans like that, but we have them at the key places and key positions. In every single meeting room, there's at least one veteran in there who's been there and done that. And we have the perfect mix of that veteran leadership and the spry young folks, the guys who are excited to be there, bouncing off the walls. And you know what? You don't have to be here for 20 years to be a veteran, especially with this 49ers team. If you've been here for 2 years, you're a veteran in my eyes in this context because of the fact that if you were here last year and the year before, you're tired of losing. You know how it feels to be at the bottom. Second overall pick and all of that. And now you know how it feels to be at the top. And for those who know how it feels to be at the bottom and the top, I'm 100% sure that they like the top a whole lot better and would do everything they can to stay there. Yep. So I don't think we have much to worry about, Ronbo.
I'm not even, as soon as the word playoff comes into a player's head, all the thought of any possibility of coming into a game tail dragging because of complacency, that is impossible. This is what I'm saying. We can behave like we want to. The players are so dialed in, they probably need to be taking sedatives to calm down. So, yeah.
Bro, last thing, because I'm sure I don't have a whole lot of time, but last thing. you know that these guys are focused when, if you recall, back when T.O., what was his second year with the Cowboys, when they were, 13-3 or something like that, or 14-2. They had some crazy record, whatever it was. Yeah. But they were the number one seed, and they had that week off. Yeah. You had guys like Tony Romo and Jason Witten on their week off, going down on a yacht.
Cruising around and carrying on.
Cruises, Jessica, right. So and those guys were like legit veterans in the league for years and years and years. And with our young guys this year, none of those guys were out clubbing, partying, or anything. They took that first day off, that 24 hours. They took that to themselves and with themselves and their families. But after that, they were back at the facility and didn't even have to be. So yeah, man, these guys are dialed in, bro.
Yeah. You know, and if anything, the point you're making too, just to add to that, if anything, if the 49ers went out this year, you can look for that behavior to come maybe next year, the year after, due to confidence, overconfidence, and believing your capabilities will take you through. The 49ers haven't reached that plateau yet. This is why I love this team.
Right.
And that's why.
Right, and I don't think they will.
Yeah.
I think they're going to be too addicted because, again, like I said, we're talking about a lot of guys who were largely there for the past couple of years and had to deal with not winning at all. And they're going to love the feeling of winning more than they
do losing. Absolutely.
Way more than losing. So, and they also know what it takes because they've been on those two different types of teams. So they know what it takes. This feels much better. They know they've got to be dialed in. So,
absolutely.
All right, my bro. I will catch you tomorrow.
All right. Be looking for you too, Mel. Have a great night. Yeah. Yeah, I keep laughing about it. Dial it down, man. We can't take, yes, we can. The players are so dialed up you wouldn't believe it. 575 New Mexico, also known as the Duke. Come on in, NM. New Mexico, area code 575. Hello again.
Ronbo.
It's good. There's a battle going on there. Hello.
Ronbo, can you hear me?
Hey. Yeah. I can hear you. Who is this? Hello. Hello.
Hi.
Okay, I got voices flashing back. We'll come back to you. Emilio.
¿Qué pasa?
Nada, hombre. And by the way, you know what you got, don't you? You got the Hot Boys is back together, Emilio.
Oh, hey, man. When I heard the news today, I was happy. I was like, yeah, that's some great news. I was like, man, our defense is going to be on point this weekend.
I was worried about it. I ain't gonna lie. I was wondering if they gonna let him play.
I wouldn't too much worried. It because we've been beating teams without him. It hasn't changed. Like I said, we've been winning games. So it's not a big difference. This is a plus. Just having them in there, or they beating on the field, it puts more pressure on the Vikings. And they know we're out there.
I know.
They're gonna be a little bit worse, especially Kurt.
I know. See, but they're going to come in thinking they've been disrespected like they did against the Saints. They're going to come in there thinking, they think we ain't got nothing to do. We coming in here, we bringing A game. Y'all best be ready. The attitude gets up in the playoffs. But see, I think we get discouraged real quick.
No, it's just like what I told you yesterday. It's just you don't want to take this thing lightly because they do have, like I said, they do have veterans, they do have talented players. So you don't want to take this team too lightly. Like I said, the Saints did. They took it too lightly. They just going to run through them. So, like the previous caller said, I'm like, yeah, it's a good thing we lost to the Falcons because thinking, okay, we can beat the Vikings. But no, you can't do that. Like I said, once you get your foot on the gas, get a point, especially on the first drive.
Pedal to the metal.
Keep scoring.
Pedal to the metal.
Keep scoring. Because at any point in time, Kirk Cousins can't get hot because we've all seen it before. There's times that he can be hot and put a push, and there's times he can be garbage Cousins and can't set the ball worth shit. So,
true. And I want to see that Kirk Cousins. Make him throw the ball, make him panic, pressure him.
We all would. We all would, but that's not, that's here or there. Our thing is, once we score, we got to keep scoring. And that's what we on every other, the next team we play. Once we score, you got to keep scoring. Can't take the foot off the gas, keep putting up points.
And put that foot on the neck in the fourth quarter.
Exactly. Don't.
Because I don't want to see any more fourth quarter games. Emilio, I'm tired of 2 minutes to go. The 49ers need to hold in this so they can get the ball back and possibly kick the winning field goal. Emilio, we've went through that how many times? I don't want that this week.
Well, it's because we didn't have the people who got up. We didn't have Kwasi Carr. We didn't have Ford.
Yeah.
We didn't have Alexander. So back at the right time, it helped. So the game shouldn't go down to the wire like that no more. And like I said, we were winning without them, but we were winning close games. Now they're back, so this should change up a whole lot. But
I see
we should win games.
I see it coming.
At the beginning game instead of the end of the game.
We just got to run. Alvin Kamara, I'm not going to worry about Alvin Kamara, how he did against the Vikings, because Alvin Kamara's been having a bad year. I do not believe they're going to shut down all three of our running backs. Ain't no way. So I'm feeling good about our chances to run.
Like I said, we can't stop Dalvin Cook. He's not going to stop him. We stopped running backs. I mean, who was the other running back?
Christian McCaffrey. See, that's what I'm saying. If you can stop Christian McCaffrey, you can stop Dalvin Cook.
Exactly. They're not, like I said, they're not unbeatable. They're not like they're unbeatable. We can't stop. We can do all that. We can stop any top running back. But like I said, we didn't have the players that we have now because they were hurt.
Yeah.
Because now they're back, it should change the game a whole lot. So, like I said, I'm a little more excited. I feel a lot more better that those guys are coming back. Because we really need them, especially now.
And especially, and Drake Greenwell's been doing a great job, but he's still got things to learn.
No, you're right. Like I said, we have been winning, but with those guys back, he's going to help us a lot better.
Oh yeah, Kwaski and Kwon back there together. Oh yeah, we ready.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
All right, Emilio, you stay busy, fam. I'm gonna see you tomorrow.
Oh, one more thing too, just before we go. But I was at the Vikings game last year. If you don't forgot, I was out there.
I do remember.
Yeah,
you told me before you left.
I kind of want the revenge. I want to beat them.
I think you'll get it too, Phil.
My mouth, going all the way out there watching them lose.
It's so bad. All right, fam. All right. Night, Emilio.
All right.
Hey, and we go to K. Hendricks. K, what's up? K. Hendricks, come on in frame. K. Hendricks. K. Hendricks. Who is marketing pro? Cook can't be stopped. He's second best behind Gurley. Gurley, K. Hendricks, where does Gurley rank in the
what's up, my bad, man? What's poppin'? I'm talking to a legend right now.
What's up, fam?
Not much, man.
K. Hendricks, was Gurley even in the top 10 in running backs this past season?
No, sir, I believe not. No, sir.
Bro, you need to go read. You're making a fool of yourself. He said, excuse me, Dalvin Cook's second only to Todd Gurley.
Man, ain't anybody worry about no Todd Gurley, Ronbo. Anybody worry about no Todd Gurley.
Oh, God.
But,
Anyway, we do stop Dalvin Cook, though, game over. Because as soon as they can't run, now they have to rely. And, I'm looking forward to Kirk Cousins going in anything resembling a moving pocket. So you know what I'm saying? Loving it.
Romo, this is how I feel about it. I think we're going to beat the Vikings. I don't see what the big. We're talking as if they're better than us. I don't think they
Good
are.
point.
I mean, they match up very well with us, but Ronbo, the non-faithful wouldn't even be debating about this, having this topic right now, if he wouldn't have thrown them 2 deep passes in that critical moment.
On bad
having
coverage.
If that wasn't in an equation, we will be talking as if, the Vikings aren't good. Kirk Cousins chokes in primetime, and which he does, but you get what I'm trying to say.
Oh, yeah.
Then my thing is, right now, we're still, the coaching staff is still debating about who needs to start. We're about to enter the divisional round, Ronbo.
Yes.
I was watching some channel before I got a notification about Georgia. I think it's Nothing But Niners. It was something like that. And they got into it. It's just a big debate right now about who should start. We all know who should be in there.
Between Mosley and Spoon, yeah.
The Vikings wide receiver core is way too deadly for us to take that risk. I just can't sugarcoat it. Yeah. I understand that, Akilla Witherspoon was dominant the first 3 or 4 weeks. He was in there, locking down top-tier wide receivers. But he's been targeted over 30 times. He's gotten over 5 touchdowns allowed on him. Diggs, Thielen, Rudolph, I don't want it, Rombo. I want E-Man in there. That shouldn't even be a debate, Rombo, at this type of point of the season.
Well, they go do in practice, don't you? They go have Emmanuel, everybody else running routes right at Spoon and Mosley. Whichever one survives, that's going to be the good. Because, you can't fool around.
Yeah.
Spoon is a good football player, and he's going to probably be a good football player, but he needs some time to air it out. Spoon is frustrated. He's lost his confidence. He doesn't believe he can do it himself. And when you get that way, Kay, if you play ball before, you're second-guessing yourself. You ain't doing things. You ain't moving naturally. You're not moving instinctively. You're overthinking everything. It becomes a mess. Kyle knows he needs to sit down, get himself together. Right now is not the time.
Personally, I think it's a mental thing with him right now. I don't want to keep making excuses for him. I just want E-Man to start right now.
Yeah.
And then Prime even said it on NFL Network. He I don't know if you dig into Prime videos like that. I'm a huge Deion Sanders fan.
Yeah, no,
every
I
time he goes on NFL Network, I tune into it. And he literally addressed our problem on the defense. He said when we were playing the Seattle game, Russell Wilson was deliberately was picking with Witherspoon at the end of the game.
We knew it.
Prime said it. We're out of his own mouth. He said that.
And he didn't even have to say it. We saw what was going on. It was terrible. Okay, we're out of time. I'll be back tomorrow, fam. So let's continue right from where you left off right here, all right?
All right, one more thing, Ronbo. For any military families right now, I'm praying for y'all, man. Y'all in my prayers right now. I love everybody, man. Shout out to my Virginia people. Shout out to you, Ronbo. Y'all hit that like and subscribe button, man. Y'all have a good one, man.
Thanks, fam. And K. Hendricks is right, too. And hit K. Hendricks up. You see him in the chat? Click on him. Take you right to his page. He's got 49ers content rolling. Hey, let's go back to 575 in New Mexico. The Duke. 575, hello.
Rumble.
Yes. Yes.
Rumble.
Hello, can you hear me?
What's up?
Hey.
Yes.
I remember this voice. You've called here before, haven't you?
No, this is the first time caller.
Really? Okay, so you're about the 4th person from New Mexico we had. Okay. There's another guy that used to call me from his front porch. He would tell me what was going on out in New Mexico all the time from his front porch. What is your name?
Martin.
Romayor. Hey, say it again. Martin, how do you say your last name?
I'm a native from Santa Clara.
Oh, you're from Santa Clara? All right.
I'm from Santa Clara.
All right. Cool. Martin,
hey.
We're talking about, Kwon Alexander is back and medically cleared. Mm-hmm. So it's not even any, is he going to make it or not? He goes through padded practice tomorrow. If them hits are popping, he's in. And then Kyle Shanahan says, I'm not going to answer that question right now. Both cornerbacks I trust, and I think we can win. But he says, at the end, but we're going to go with the cornerback that we think that gives us the best chance to win. Martin, which cornerback gives you the best chance to win?
Cornerback Well, we know the answer. I mean, they've been talking about it all week and all on this.
I know. There are some who probably say, put Spoon back in there. The best way to learn how to ride is get back up in that saddle. I've ran across that argument too.
And you know what? We've been winning without, all these three guys that are coming in.
Yes.
Kwon, D,
yes.
Jaquowski. We've been winning without these guys. Now that they're back, it's a gift.
I know, right?
For us at the perfect time.
So true. Because all them cliffhangers with 2 minutes to go, 3 minutes to go, we're getting miracle plays. Dre Greenlaw's knocking dudes back inches from crossing the plane. And, Robbie Gould coming in, kicking field goals. With these dudes coming back, we're going back to game 1 through 8, Martine. This may not even be a game.
We got this.
Mm-hmm.
We got this, Ronbo. You guys, Niner Empire, we got this. Why? Because when we lost to that Falcons, that was a slap to us, and we needed to be slapped around.
I know.
To realize that, hey, man, we can lose.
Anytime.
And, yeah, we won our 3, just like everybody else has. But we got this game. We're going to spank these guys. We're going to take them out easy, by at least by 3 touchdowns.
Whoa! Because, the spread is 7, and somebody said it was 7.5. So, the 49ers' domination, boy, talk about Green Bay. And you know who I really want? Martine, who do you hope wins between Green Bay and Seattle?
Hey, you know what? I think we could take them both there in Santa Clara.
I know. But whose butt do you want to really drag through the dirt? And I'm telling you right now, I'm actually low-key hoping the Hawks come out of that. I want to see them ride up on into Santa Clara. Glad y'all here. Been waiting on you. We're gonna get this stuff settled right now.
Yep. I would like to see that too. And you know what? That was a great win that we had, and we needed that win. You know that. We needed that win because now we can rest. We rested up. We needed that, and you got to remember something that the Vikings lost twice to Green Bay. Twice. And who took out Green Bay? We did.
Yes, indeed. In
what
fine
does that tell
fashion. What does that tell you?
Wow. Yeah, so I appreciate everything, what you do there, Ronbo. And just shout out to my daughters that they're up in Dallas. And we're going to watch this game, this game here up in Dallas. And they're from New Mexico, but I raised them Niner fans, so
all right.
Yeah,
Good
they're
for
hardcore
you.
right now.
All right, you guys just have a great time.
Hey, thanks a
watching
lot.
that
All right, I appreciate
Thank-
everything, and we're gonna be singing "Ooh La La."
You know it, Martine. Fam, get back to me as soon as you pull. I'm gonna be in there all week. I'll look for you later, okay? If I don't, have
All
a
right,
good
thanks,
time in
appreciate
Dallas with the ladies, the little girls. All right.
Oh yes, oh yeah. All right, thanks.
Night, fam.
Have a good one.
Yeah.
All right.
And let me check out. It's Cujo Bomjabe. Cujo! Hey, here's the last $2 in my bag. Cujo, man, I can't do that, man. A man can't be down to his last $2 and give it to me. Come on now. Thanks, fam. Oh, let's go there. Could it be? We've not heard from him in a long time. Party, party, boom, boom. Party, party. Rico Suave. Hey, Rico, is that you?
¿Qué pasa, Boricua?
La loco. Hey, Rico, I've not seen you in such a long time. I heard from you, fam. What's up?
I've been busy, man. Just been busy. How you been?
Man, I tell you, it's been crazy, man, down to the last few weeks. Rico, last time I talked to you, it was early in the season, man. So much has happened between then and now. It's ridiculous. Mm-hmm. And we are on our way to what? One more game before the NFC Championship? Wow. Man.
Since 2012, that's been a long time, huh?
Too long. Way too long. People be talking about y'all be dusting off them old trophies and talking stuff. You know, Seahawks fans, man, they love to bring that up. You know, y'all ain't won nothing since 1995, man. Shoot, we didn't even have cell phones. Wasn't even invented. Like, what are you?
Yeah, they all say that. Just like I tell them, trophies and Super Bowls and all that and rings, they don't have expiration dates, so it doesn't matter.
Thank you. That's it.
If you didn't win last year, what is that? Last year was what? The past. So it doesn't matter if it was last year or 50 years ago. It's still the past, so it doesn't matter. Super Bowls are Super Bowls. But, yeah, man, how you feel about that? Kwon Alexander, D Ford.
I love it. Rico, see, because they came back just in time. We've been winning games on depth and character. Now, with these guys back in the position they need to be in to be able to orchestrate that secondary and also D Ford adding that element to the frontline defense, I think we're going to go back to stopping teams at 17 points max. You know how we was doing that for a minute, right?
It's going to be crazy. Hey, did you hear about that? Did you hear about that? As Kwon Alexander and Dre Greenlaw will be together on the field sometime because the Vikings, they run a base personnel a lot. So 87% of the time they run that base. So Kwon Alexander, Dre Greenlaw is going to be on the field at the same time. That shit is going to be crazy.
I love it. I mean, because we use a Sam linebacker. That's perfect. Because I say now you can utilize exactly, and we could package them up on certain times too. Because, that's how you hurt a team that stays in the base defense too.
Yeah, and Fred Warner too. So all three of them, Fred Warner, Kwon Alexander, and oh my God, that's going to be crazy.
And they expect to run?
They ain't running.
Run! Vikings, run! Bam! Oh, somebody call 911. You know.
You know what's crazy, bro? Kirk Cousins, he beat he's what? 1-1. He has 2 starts. He's 1-1 in the playoffs. Jimmy G's pretty much a virgin to the playoffs. He's never been there. He's a virgin. But I really do believe that he got the skill set and everything to take us to the Super Bowl or take as far as hell. But what I was going to say, Kirk Cousins, ever since he beat the Saints, it's like everybody's like, you know what I mean? Not everybody, but now he's like the shit. He's not the shit, bro.
No.
Just because he beat the Saints. Now he's top dog. You feel me? It's not going to happen.
Man, I tell you, the thing I enjoy about this thing with this, because the Saints are not a measure anymore. Saints, they got some issues that are very bizarre. They can fall apart, it seems, right at the wrong times. How many years did they fail right around this time? Saints are becoming a regular season team. I want to know the honest to us truth.
Yeah, that's crazy. That is true, because the last year, the year before that, they make it so close and then they fold. But, yeah, real quick, man, I want to point out something. Kirk Cousins, right? Now, if we didn't have D Ford, now that we got D Ford back on one side, and then you got Nick Bosa, and then you got the rest of the guys, I'm telling you, man, they're going to put a lot of pressure on Kirk Cousins. And Kirk Cousins is not a guy that plays good under pressure. We all know that. He's going to throw some interceptions. He's going to get sacked. It's going to get ugly. If you ask me one player that I'm actually like kind of not worried, but like kind of worried about, it's probably the running game. That's it. If we can stop that running game, everything else is done. You know that what's his name? They didn't practice Tuesday, which was yesterday or today. Mackenzie Alexander, their cornerback, and Stephon Diggs didn't practice at all.
Hey, one of them's out. One of them's going to have some kind of a surgery. I read today. I was kind of surprised.
Oh, shit.
Well, one of the cornerbacks is out. You know, it was. I got a good feeling.
I got a good feeling, man. This is our game. It's got to be our game. We have to. But
you go see
I
guys
got a good feeling about this.
You should, Rico, man, because you're going to see Kyle Shanahan do some things ain't nobody seen all year. I already know this, because Kyle Shanahan's probably got about 15, 20 plays in his back pocket that nobody has any idea is
and it's funny that you say that. It's funny that you say that, because I was watching SportsCenter earlier, real quick, because I know you ain't got enough time. They said supposedly they said that Kirk Cousins used to play with him and this and that, and it's going to be a problem because he's gonna tell the Vikings coach all his plays, and they're going to like expose us. I'm like, what the? Are you fucking serious? Do you know who Kyle Shanahan is?
Yeah.
We probably haven't even seen half of his playbook, half of his scheme. It's not going to happen.
And I
You
think
know
he
what I'm
invents
saying? They're
these
making it
things.
seem that Kirk Cousins is going to go in there and spill the beans, and that's how we're going to lose because Kirk Cousins. Come on.
Kirk cannot, no, because we had too many players leave Kyle Shanahan's system who have been on other teams. It didn't help them. So, you know. You're right. Rico, we got to go, fam. Let me tell you. Let's see you. Let's see you tomorrow, man.
No doubt. Well, love to the Empire. Love to everybody. Will, Russo, Big Show, all the people, you know, all the empires and everything. But real quick, first and foremost, of course, shout out to you. Thank you for everything you do. We love you and everything,
Thanks,
you know,
Rico.
the platform and stuff. But real quick, tomorrow, Kirk Cousins, they named him Captain Kirk, right? After tomorrow, his name is going to be Captain Crunch. Just like the cereal. Because we're going to fucking eat his ass up. We're going to eat him up. Captain Crunch. Remember.
Pour some milk on him.
Yep. All right, man. I can't scream tonight because my kids are sleeping, but love y'all.
I was waiting for that,
I gotta
Rico.
go.
All right, man. Good talk to you later. Have a good night, Rico.
All right. God bless.
Hey, you know, I'm thinking too. Remember one thing about Jimmy G. Just was going to mention that to Rico as well. Remember, Jimmy G has been to how many Super Bowls? I think he's been in a Super Bowl every year since he's been in the Patriots organization. If you talk about a guy that's got seasoning for this situation, G may have more seasoning than anybody on the team. Hey, Justin.
Yeah, he has 3 rings, by the way, too. He has 3.
See, and they've been to the playoffs. How many? They've been to the playoffs ever since Jimmy G arrived. So if anybody knows about this atmosphere, G knows. He may have not been playing on the field, but you know Belichick was prepping him as hard as he was anybody on the team. But Justin, a big shout out to Kwon, the legendary, and you're sitting in the room now with Coach Ken and Shanahan. Huh?
Yeah. No one's going to talk about this, but shout out to the 49er Empire, man, or the 49er gang. They sold out Levi Stadium. The Levi Stadium is sold out for the first time since they opened up.
2013.
It's sold out.
2014.
That stadium sold out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, 2014. There you go.
And they made no cheap.
Well, they sold out. So,
and there's no cheap seats.
Shout out to the Niner Empire.
I wonder how many Vikings are sitting in those seats, though. You know, because Jimmy G already says, man, I ain't afraid of no Viking fans. They're going to be in them stands, though, Justin. You know this, don't you?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah. You know, everybody's been talking about Witherspoon. So I listened last night to what Big Show said, right? I listened. Yeah. I listened to a little bit of the argument between Big Show and Dre. I got to go with Big Show on this one. Because when Witherspoon was playing with Ford and Alexander, he was dominant.
True.
You know, and he didn't have Tardy for 4 games. D Ford wasn't there. Alexander wasn't there. You put him with those stars, I feel like Witherspoon would do well. You know, it's not fair to say that he's doing well. He's doing better. It's not pass rush wasn't there. The pass rush went from 62% to 23% in the last 4 games.
Yeah, it does seem connected though, doesn't it? But Justin, do you take what just that information right there? Do you apply that to your decision this weekend to start Spoon or Mosley?
You have to. You have to. You have to. Yes, of course you do. You have to, because you have to look at how Witherspoon did with the. There's a lot. We got Alexander coming back. You got Ford coming back. You got Tarheat. You got to see how he plays.
You want all the starters.
If he doesn't do well,
yeah.
If he doesn't do well, then okay, by all means, sit him down. But if he does well, then I feel like if he does well, people are still gonna have like, oh, why are you starting Witherspoon? I feel like no matter what, Witherspoon's gonna have a target on his back no matter what. Y'all got to realize.
But Dre just brought up a great point in the draft, though. Mosley played well without those guys. Now, what do you do with that?
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I think you have Mosley in case Kwon needs a breather. You know, you have him as a nickel. You know, maybe. You know, I don't know. Maybe they could switch out. You know, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd use Mosley in a nickel.
But I'm saying, start Witherspoon. Start Witherspoon.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a Sacramento boy. He's a Sacramento boy. I have to back him up.
Wait a minute.
To back him up.
Is this what's behind this thinking? If he wasn't from Sacramento, would you still be? I mean, yeah, you'd have to be. Now you can't say anything else.
I have to, no matter it just makes sense. Like if a guy has a starters out there, and the pass rush went from 62% to 26%. It makes sense to have him as a starter to see how he plays. If by all means, if he doesn't play well, then okay, sit him down. But if he does play well, okay, you see how he plays.
It could be close. It could be a close game. You cannot afford that kind of let up. It's a good argument though. I can't. Your point. It has all kind of rationale that I can appreciate.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah. People need to understand that Sherman's not going to be guaranteed here forever. You need to find a successor at cornerback that's going to have, successor at cornerback that's going to take over when Sherman leaves, because Sherman's not going to stay here forever. You know that for sure.
Oh no, he's 2 more seasons at max. So.
Yeah. So you need to find a successor at cornerback. So why not have Witherspoon start?
He's not
or have Mosley, or
Yeah. All right, Justin. We got to pull up. So I tell you what, I'm going to be back tomorrow. I'll be looking for you. All right.
Yeah. It's better than having Dante Johnson out there, okay?
Oh, now come on, man. Either one of us could play corner as well as Dante. That's all right. Good night, Justin. I know I could. Hey, all right, Mark. If he doesn't do well, we're down 14 possibly. No. So Mark is not in favor of that plan. So there you go. The voting, if there was an empire-wide voting, boy, poor Spoon. You know what? Because he's taking our confidence. We're scared, but we I don't know. Hey, Jay.
What's up, Ralph?
Jay, you on speakerphone?
Nah, I turned it off.
Hey, you got to hear you much better too. Jay, come on in, man, and let's talk about the return of the legendary Kwon and what in the world to do about that cornerback situation opposite Richard Sherman and all that stuff. What do you think?
I got you. First, I'm going to give you a shout-out, say thank you for all you do. You're on
Thanks,
your platform for the faithful.
God,
I also want to give a shout-out. To Jesus, Lord and Savior. Thank you for what you did for Marquise. Marquise shows you, over 3 years doing what he's doing, he always stayed true to God, stayed true to his promise. You know what I mean?
And he's got a healthy baby.
Looked out for him.
And Jay, do you know if it's a baby? You know if it's a baby girl or a baby boy? Right?
I don't know. I just heard it on when y'all was talking about it.
Yeah.
But, I always follow Marquise on Twitter, and he always kept his faith. His faith never wavered through it all. And that's the same thing about the faith. With the York family, what they going through, C.J. Beathard, all that's added into one. The faithful definitely coming through. And that's our name, the faithful.
It gives you strength.
Lord gonna look out.
It adds nothing but strength. All right,
yeah, I just had to give a shout out to the Lord for that, because that touched my heart when I heard that. But about all this, Kello though. Oh, no. It's not the time to play around thinking he's gonna get his confidence back. And Kyle Shanahan doing that press conference, it looked like he already got his mind made up. Mosley gonna stop.
Because he ain't gonna embarrass his players in front of the national media like that. You know what? I appreciate that, because he probably already told Spoon, we're gonna work on some things. We're gonna get you up to speed, but I'm gonna start Emmanuel this weekend, and you're gonna back him up and support him. Yeah, I bet he already had that conversation.
Just be ready, just in case we need you.
Yeah, so you stay prepared, because you know how this game goes. You could be in it any time. So that's probably you gotta show love at the same time that you care. Don't be dogging your players, because Kello was doing the best he could. He didn't do that on purpose, so we can't get mad at him about that. Yeah.
And then all this about the defensive players for and Kwon and Hockey help him out. Yeah, they do help him out, but I played corner. You got that confidence, that swag.
See, you know what I'm saying? And you remember when you did mess up, how you couldn't get it out your head? You want to be able to shake it off, but yeah. God.
And you wanted them to test you again. You know what I mean?
do.
You came back out there with that dog like, okay, I got you. Keep with me. You know, and he don't come out with that confidence. You know what I mean? It's just lost right now.
And he should have bounced back, like you're saying. Okay, do it again. That's your attitude. Should be do it again. But Spoon, his face didn't look right to me. I think Spoon is freaking out. Kyle, let him sit down. Let him think. And he did. That last series.
You see Mosley out there. Every time he get an opportunity, he come out there with that attitude.
You see that eye?
He come out
You see
there
that
with
face?
that confidence.
That eye of the tiger's all over that face. His first looks. He's got that game face on it. You know he's gonna get it done, and he does.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
mm-hmm. And that's what we need.
Got to have it.
for the playoffs. You know, we don't need nobody out there lacking confidence.
No, just got to be ready.
Especially with this defense coming back full and healthy, we definitely need a solid corner on that other side of Sherman because he's going to get tested. Whoever on that other side, they're going to get tested.
Amen to that. All right, fam. Hey, Jay, we got to pull up. I'll see you tomorrow if you get a chance, huh?
All right, no problem. Have a blessed night, Rambo. You on the
too,
Facebook.
Jay.
Call us out.
Thanks,
I'm still hyped about them Hat Boys.
It's going to be that way.
Have a blessed night, Rambo.
You too, Jay. Love it.
Already.
Hey, Guerrero Manquia. Hola, Ronbo. It says, Kwon is back. Love you, show. Hey, thanks, Guerrero. And Guerrero also says, almost, ooh la la. Ooh la 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 la. Feliz Año Nuevo, Ronbo. Hey. It's going to be a great year. I'll tell you that right now. Yes, indeed. Deschon.
Rombo, what's up?
Deschon,
Get ready for the Minnesota Vikings, baby.
So we're getting crazy, man. We're celebrating probably way too early, but I don't like to wait. When I go to a party, Deshaun, if you're like me, you get crazy before you leave the house, and then by the time you get to the party, you're already in second gear for party mode. The party's this weekend. Get ready now.
Yeah,
boys.
we ain't been in the playoffs in 5 years, Ronbo.
That's right. Why I'm enjoying it. Because, this ain't promised every year. It's hard as heck to get where we are right now. People don't know how to appreciate that like they should. You know how tough it is to get to the playoffs? Oh, and get a first week bye? Oh, my God.
And on top of that, too, this schedule we have is really rough schedule.
Brutal. And we won 13 games.
Every team we did had a number one wide receiver, and we had to play that.
Or a running back,
man.
Ah.
Yes, good running back. Joe Mixon, all of them. And we just shut them down.
And even Chubb over in Cleveland, Todd Gurley still wasn't himself, but still. And that dude that ate us up in the Cardinals, our division alone. That crazy man Carson with the Hawks, stop them all. And that gauntlet we went through with Green Bay, Action Jackson, Saints. Come on, man. This team is tough. Ho!
Let me tell you something, Romo. See, they trying to block us all by putting the game on 4 o'clock Eastern time instead of putting the best game on Sunday night, on Sunday, late Sunday, and that all the other teams played behind it. Now they put the number one team, on Saturday, and then, so they can move that game off, and then they can talk about Seattle or somebody else. I'll tell you something. When we win this game here, I'm telling you that they're gonna have to talk about us next week.
And they hate to too. That's okay. Because I think they have a lot of respect for us next year. Watch and see. They have to. That's the way. Yeah.
Oh, they're going to, because right now we're going to be
Ain't will be tied with Pittsburgh with the most NFC championship appearance?
Are you talking about the rings? Okay, if winning this Super
No, not
Bowl
the rings.
means
I'm talking about the championship.
championships. Well, you know,
I'm
I
talking
didn't even
about the
count it.
championship.
I didn't count those. Maybe. I hadn't even thought
Yeah,
about
I
that.
think I heard. Yes, I didn't look it up, but I heard we were tied. But Pittsburgh, I think, if we go to the championship this next week, we should be able to break that mark.
Oh, that's nice.
So I know
And then-
Minnesota,
and then
they
it-
got their 50 they got their 50 wins playoff appearance. But I think we still tied with Pittsburgh. So if we go next week, I think we should be able to break
the record.
The Pittsburgh Steelers NFC championship. I mean the championship games appearance.
You know what's nice about that too. See, the Seahawks. I have a dude that I'm arguing with on Twitter almost daily. He throws a dig at me about since the Seahawks entered the NFC West, they have won more NFC championships than anybody there, and the 49ers have shared amongst them two other teams. The rest of the teams, they've won, I think, 5 or 6 times, something like that. I forget the number, 4 or 5 times, and the rest of us have shared the championship. See, so this is the Steelers fans, the one 2 or 3 I'm arguing with, believe that they are the best in the NFC. I said, boy, West. I said, boy, man, I'm not far from blocking you for being stupid. But you know, I never run from a fight. They're not in our category, and I get tired of arguing with it. I appreciate the fact that they like being in the same class to some degree, but beyond that, stop.
I know they just hurt because they lost this year. They got their bus kicked this year, so now they on our bandwagon. They want to beat Baltimore because Baltimore beat us, and now they just bought her. That's all. Pittsburgh fans.
Well, they need to get ready for some more pain because the Seahawks is about a Russell Wilson season away, and I figure Russell Wilson he can't keep running around, and they ain't gonna give him no offensive line. Russell Wilson could be playing in his last or half a season next year, and from there point on, what is he, 31, 32? Man, you can't take them kind of shots like that. Who's their backup quarterback? Get him in.
They ain't got none because Green Bay gonna light them up this week. To deal with those 2 Smith brothers, boy. Woo, man. You ain't winning at Green Bay.
We got to pull up, fam. Hey, I tell you what, I'm going to be back tomorrow. I'll be looking for you, huh?
Okay, Ronbo.
I had to show. Have a good night, fam.
All right. Night Empire. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Hey, 408. Hello. Hello again. Come on in, 408.
Ronbo.
Yo, who is this?
Yo, this is David.
David, come on in, man. David, wait, is this Dave with the Wheaties box?
No, it's just David.
David sent me an old box of Wheaties he's had for like 100 years. But Dave, come on in, man. What's up? We're in here talking crazy about Kwon Alexander and who should start this weekend. There's been some good arguments, though, between Akello, Witherspoon, and Mosley. It is a good argument. Spoon only start having trouble after D Ford and the frontline defense start to suffer. I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know, Rombo. Me and my uncle have been talking about that, too, about these 2 corners on who should be playing and who should not, or, just take turns, I guess. It's a really hard one, but, I think
who do you like personally between the 2? I mean, do you buy into the argument that Spoon only starts struggling after that frontline defense got weak? Or if Mosley can play under both conditions, which one makes the most sense?
I mean, from what I saw last year from Witherspoon, I thought, he would come off this year and have a really good season.
Yeah, he looked
and,
good.
And, that sucks that he got hurt. Sucks he got hurt. But, from what I see from Mosley, he's been pretty good. And I think Kyle Shanahan is, I think he's, going in the right. Maybe like he's thinking like, I don't know. I think this is a good choice for him. I think that maybe this would be a good idea.
I hope so, because we cannot afford. The Vikings probably are not statistically. The 49ers are superior to them just about in every stat. But that doesn't mean anything when you get on the field. The stats don't mean jack. So you gotta go in there and put them away.
We gotta hit
playoffs.
Hit them hard.
So we'll see.
We gotta hit them and keep hitting.
Yeah. Even if you have to run the score, I'd love to see a 40-burger put up on them, and the 49ers hold them down to their famous 17 points.
I need them to put Matty B in. I need them. I have not seen Matt Breida at all.
I know
we have.
Agreed.
Sorry, Rumble. I know we have Mostert, but I have not seen Matt Breida. Come on.
I agree. I do. I love Mostert. I want him to get his turns, but I want to see Matty B hit that corner. You know how he is? If he gets around that curve, if he beats the defense to that edge, it's over. If not, he's going to get at least 40 or 50 yards until the secondary can cut him off. Man, I love to watch him run that zone stretch. Mostert don't. God, we got some running backs. Yes,
Yes, we do.
Coleman could get hot, though, David. If he gets hot, because Shanahan likes to start with Coleman. If Coleman gets hot, you're not going to see a lot of Matty B. You'll see Mostert, because I think that's the order now. Tevin Coleman, Shanahan checks to see how he's doing, and then he goes to Mostert, and then Matty B, for some reason, is in. I don't know what's going on with Matty B. He's like in the doghouse.
I mostly see him on kickoffs, and then the return
special teams.
Not block.
Coach.
Special teams, yep.
Yeah, you have special teams? Oh, my God. I mean, it's not an insult, but he used to be your starting running back. But because Mostert doesn't mind playing special teams. He loves it. But, Matty, man, that was your premier running back. We'll see.
Now.
Oh. But what else, Dave?
But I've been talking to my uncle about this Kwon situation. He's like, oh, well, who knows if he'll come back, and I was just talking to him about J.J. Watt and how he made his comeback. Like, anything's possible, and now look who we are.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's crazy. I love that he's coming back. I know you do too, Ronbo. Obviously this is I feel like Kyle Shanahan is like, he knows Kwon wants to get out there, but, he probably will be limited.
No, for his own good.
I think that,
yeah. Because if it's up to him, he'll play the whole game. Because that's the way he is. And that's the kind of player you want. But you got to protect those kind of guys from themselves. Sit down, take a breather. I'll get you back out there in a few minutes. Take it easy. Relax. All right? Because they get fired up. They get crazy. Dave, we got to go, fam. Hey, tell your uncle I said hi, man. We're gonna see you tomorrow if you get a chance, okay?
All right, Rambo. I appreciate you. I appreciate all the organization.
Thanks,
Niner fam, I love y'all. I love you, Ronbo.
Back,
I love
David.
everything you do. Peace out,
right.
Ronbo.
All right, fam.
Good night, Ronbo.
Night, David. Hey, Chris.
Hey, Ronbo.
Chris. Come on in, Chris.
What's good, man?
Chris, Kwon's good. Kowalski Tart is good. D. Ford is good. I'm understanding now pretty much. I mean, Emmanuel Sanders says he's feeling better than he's felt in a long time. He didn't even know he wasn't feeling good. This is like not a good thing for the Vikings. I'm loving it. Yeah.
Well, Emmanuel Sanders has been playing 17 weeks of the season, so this is like the best bye week he's ever got,
Ooh, because he didn't have a break with the Broncos yet. That's right. He just came right on over and got on the field.
Yeah, and that's why he feels even better now. Now he got a little bye week. Now he's feeling a little more fresh, and now he's kind of learned a thing or two how to elevate himself a little bit better with these young receivers. Now he's kind of like, I guess he's even saying if you ain't going to learn something from a first-year player, then I guess he ain't gonna be around too long.
There you go, And you check out what he said about he learned some things from our young receivers. He says, he said, man, you watch Kendrick Bourne, man. I picked up something from him, man. I noticed all these guys, they run through the ball. Which is really funny because I would think that's kind of a basic thing for receivers. You don't run through it, make the catch, keep your legs going so you can do something with it. Catch the ball first. It's a hand-eye coordination thing. The entire body has to be incorporated in that movement, but still it's an art. It's a skill set. So when he said that, I was kind of shocked. Hey, man, as good as you are, I thought you knew about that. Because Kendrick is just crazy good with that. So.
Well, sometimes, like a guy like him who's been playing for a long time, he's been learning a lot different during his era. So maybe
True.
Just catching a new thing for these young receivers.
True. And because they learn to catch with their hands, which is interesting because you need to catch with your hands anyway. But Kendrick, even Debo's picking it up too. He's made some catches so smooth, Chris. The dude looked polished. Some of them catches he catches right across the middle on them timing routes. When you see Debo zoom through your screen, his hands look as soft as bread that just came out the bakery. Makes that catch and gets on his horse. Ooh, that is something to watch. Ooh, Debo!
Yeah. Like when I saw that Seattle game, the way he caught the ball, it was like really like he was like catching the ball in a good way and then just woof.
And Jimmy put that ball right in a perfect spot. He hit that ball. You can tell when Jimmy's getting back to his 2017 form. He started to hit those guys in stride. Remember the beginning of the season when guys would have to reach left, right, up high, up low? You notice that's not happening a lot anymore?
Well, it's because of that ACL injury is not starting to bother him anymore. It's kind of like he's reaching back to form because how like before he wasn't able to throw it like the way he was. Now it's kind of like coming back to form. The mechanics are getting there.
Yep. Because when you see George Kittle and these guys catching that ball in stride, that's vintage G. I'm saying, oh, look at that. Debo just, whew. And see, when you do that with guys like them yak dudes we got, oh, man, that spin move, I ain't going to never get over that. That spin move Debo put in to get into that end zone. Oh.
Yeah. I feel bad for the Viking safeties or the linebackers who have to go after Kittle because once he catches that ball, you're getting run over. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're Eric Kendricks or Anthony Barr or Anthony Harris. You're getting run over.
I saw the yak attack. Wait till Jalen Hurd comes back, Chris.
Ooh, I can't wait for him. He's an intriguing guy. It's just too bad we didn't get to see a lot of him this season, but I'm more optimistic about this guy. He's a big receiver.
And you ain't taking him down right away. Jalen Hurd, you see with that in preseason, Jalen Hurd is dragging 3 dudes into the end zone. I was like, this dude is strong, okay?
Yeah, he was a running back. He was a running back coming out of college before he was even a receiver.
And that's good training. And Debo runs like a running back, too. So we got the right guys out there, man, I'm telling you. And George Kittle runs like a running back comp/maniac. So, good luck with bringing these guys down. Oh, man.
Yeah, and the thing about this offense is we probably going to do these little run plays on Debo, and I think Vikings are going to have a hard time tackling Debo on these type of plays.
Oh, that jet sweep. I know what you're talking about. I would you.
Yeah.
Chris.
Or maybe we'll do that use check play where he does that read option play and gives it to Mostert or that Emmanuel Sanders pass. Who knows?
Fun. That's fun stuff, man. I tell you, Chris, we're gonna see you tomorrow, though, fam. Because I tell you, I can't imagine I may take one day off this week, but today, man, I'm loving this. We talk tomorrow, okay?
Yeah.
All right, fam.
Okay, sounds good, man. Niners.
Yeah. Hey, Chris. Big Show, boy. Big Show taking shots at the Ronbo, boy. He says, Ronbo, we all know you have KB pictures blown up and placed on your bedroom ceiling above your bed. Learning from Kendrick. Okay, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go back and get the video, and I'm going to send it to you, Show. I didn't make that up. Sanders came from a familiar offense. They read, did anybody else ever? Did you see Kendrick? Did you see his presser today? He said the same thing. I'm learning things from these kids. He says, Kendrick Bourne, I don't see these guys run through the catch. I didn't make that up. Boy, Big Show, come on, man. You know I wouldn't make that up. Buddy boy, go get on my boy, kid. Hey, 5:30. Hello. 5:30. Hey, who is this?
This is Donut from Chico. How you doing, Ronbo?
Chico, the party school.
From Chico, California.
I know.
Yeah.
Hey, wait, what is your name again? Say it again. What is your name?
My name is Donut, man. Donut.
Donut. You did say Donut.
Donut. Yes.
I love it. Donut. How can I forget your name? Donuts is one of the greatest foods on the planet. I don't care. I've never passed by a donut shop and didn't walk in. I don't care if I'm late. I got to have at least 3.
Yeah. That's right. With the right coffee, hey, everything goes good. You know what I'm saying?
I got to sit down.
But Donut is just like the running game this year. You know, we run the circles over every defense that's coming through.
I know. You know what I'm saying? I'm noticing it. And we got the defensive pieces back in place. It was dominant in the beginning of the season. I mean, the only thing we got.
Oh my God!
The nose is a little concerned, but beyond that, I think we're gonna be legit.
You know, we got the head of the Hot Boys, the founder of the Hot Boys back. You know, and everybody's excited as well as myself. Let's go ahead and do like everybody's saying. Let's go ahead and put that man on the pace mode, you know. Let's bring him in sporadically, and let's see how his health is, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, your boy Dre Greenlaw and Mr. Fred Warner himself, oh, that's like Batman and Robin right now. And Kwon Alexander, he's like the all-around Avenger because, I mean, he's just bringing the energy. He's bringing the force like Incredible Hulk, but he got the speed like the Flash. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just totally excited.
The man's experience, and he ain't had but his second year. What is he going to be like in 3 or 4 years? Ain't nobody going to be able to do nothing with him. They can't do nothing with him now.
No.
My God, how he learns
they can't
fast.
stop him. Yes, he is. Sideline to sideline. And you know what? He reminds me, his speed, sideline to sideline, reminds me of Patrick Willis.
I know,
but
right?
His hitting ability is just, oh my God, just all around, just like old school, you know, Ken Norton, you know, Gary Plummer, you know, the all classic. I mean, this guy, and with that defense that's well put together, and I'm glad that we got Bosa. Because that was the key piece. And he stayed healthy all season. And for one
People
more
are still
time,
talking about that, don't
one thing, the number one thing that nobody talked about this season that I would like to give special high praise to is the new training and conditioning staff that we have hired, because everybody's healthy and the ones that got injured is back. And we are about to dominate. Get ready, y'all. The Empire strikes back, and we are coming back full force. Hot Boys are back in town. I just wanted to say that, Ronbo, and thank you for letting me get up in here, and let's go Niners, baby. Niners!
Donut! Get on back in here as soon as you can, man. I'll be looking for you.
Yes, indeed, brother. I'll be back tomorrow.
I'll be looking for you, too. Bring 2 donuts, too. All right, fam. Have a good night.
You too, brother. Go Niners.
God. The thing is, you know, Roberto! Hey!
Rumble! I'm ready to rumble.
Roberto, I seen you explaining your situation. It's a stomach thing you're going to get worked on, huh?
Yeah, it's in the stomach, man. So, yeah, because they're gonna fix they're gonna fix something that they did when no one did.
Okay, so so you're having to follow a procedure on something.
No, well, it's like something like a little hole in your stomach.
Oh, like an ulcer.
No, like like the You know how you call that fistula thing?
Right. You said there's too much what?
Yeah, you know that little, that thing that you call F word. Fistula.
Anyway,
it's like a little.
Yeah, hopefully.
Girl, like,
okay, it sounds a little complicated, Roberto. So anyway, all I know is you're gonna come through this like a champ. Come Saturday, you'll be ready for the game.
Yeah.
I already know.
Yeah, and I've been dealing with for like 3 years already.
Roberto, stay on your mouthpiece because you're bouncing in and out. I'm hearing every other word.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah, that's okay. Stay right there, wherever you are.
I've been dealing with this for like 3 years or 4.
Real, what you said something about 3. You've been doing something for 3 or 4 years.
Like,
what?
So I've been dealing with.
The situation you're dealing with your stomach. Yeah. All right. Well, Roberto, I know it's going to make you feel good. Now, think about this for a minute. You got Kwon Alexander, who you can relate to because Kwon Alexander's getting better from a condition he had. And I already know how you feel about the cornerback situation. But, tell me a little bit. How you feeling about this?
And I know he's gonna. I know he's gonna put and JJ Watt, and man, he's gonna knock crappy Kirk the hell out. Crappy the.
See that? I want him to be able to hit Dalvin Cook and have Dalvin scared to run up the middle or anywhere else. See, that's the thing. Well, we got these guys. They're ready. Uh-oh.
Yeah, man.
Is that your house? You close the back door. It sounds like they're coming in to get you. Who let the dogs out?
Who let?
Roberto, hey. Roberto, I tell you what. You know what, Roberto? We're gonna go. I'm gonna look for you tomorrow, and you go ahead and kick back and relax. All right?
Hey, Ronbo. Hey, Ronbo.
Roberto, I got it. You don't use it. Are you using your microphone on the wire? Speak right into the mouthpiece.
Shout out, man.
Okay, go ahead.
Hey, shout out to my boy Andrew Martinez, to Ray Black, to
Okay.
all right. Hey, back in the.
All right, Roberto, tomorrow when you call Roberto, use just your phone. Use just the mouthpiece on your phone. It's breaking up. Roberto, I'm going to see you tomorrow. All right, Phil.
Yeah, okay. Hey, shout out next color in my ass. Shout out back to. All right. Much love, man, and good night, man.
Thanks, Roberto. Much love back to you, fam. All right.
Yeah,
night,
man,
Roberto. Okay. Okay, hey, and let's go to, hey, Brandon.
You hear me?
I can hear you, Brandon. Come on in, man.
Yeah. What's going on, Ronbo?
Brandon, we got all kind of good stuff. We're getting nothing but good news, All our guys are getting healthy. Hey, somebody said we got to give a shout out to that new crew they hired to keep these guys healthy, because compared to some teams, we're really doing well. We got most of our starters. We got 2 or 3 guys that we really wish we could get back. I mean, we really need DJ Jones, but man, I don't know. We're pretty much really healthy, actually.
No, we're doing pretty good. Obviously we missed Ronald Blair in the interior.
There's one guy really wish we had.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, D Ford coming back, that's big. I think the biggest piece coming back that people are overlooking and that people aren't really talking about is getting Tukulski Tart back. Just because Marcel Harris has been lacking in the safety position, and it'll allow Jimmy Ward to get back to where he originally was.
Yeah, because Jimmy might have been trying to compensate and cover ground that you're right. Jimmy may have been trying to do too much out there in order to cover.
Oh, no, he is doing too much.
Yeah, because Marcel's a good player, but there's some things he still has to learn. So, yeah, you're right. I hadn't even thought about that.
Tukulski's one of the top safeties, I think, in the league. He's very underrated. But the other thing is I know people are talking about Akilo and Mosley. I mean, Akilo, honestly, after this season, we need the number one thing that we need to look for in the draft is a cornerback. I mean, Akilo's getting torched. He's been getting torched. So, I mean, I like the guy.
I do,
but
too. I know what you mean.
He's trying, but I just think that, people are really getting a step on him, and you can't have that out there with Diggs and Thielen. You just can't. You can't risk it.
Not with a championship team. And I just want to ask you a question on that, too. The 49ers are going to be picking somewhere south of 30, right? Do you think
31, 32?
Do you think the 49ers, because I was thinking offensive lineman, but I think they like School and Brunskill. And if they're going to pick up an offensive lineman, it would be in round, the next pick is at number 5 or something. Would you pick a cornerback with that 30-something pick?
Yeah, because Brunskill's is really good, and once Weston Richburg comes back, Garland, we'll have our full line.
We'll have a good solid backup,
so,
Garland, too.
We got McGlinchey. Yeah. I definitely would, and I would definitely try to at least, if we're not going to pick one in the draft, I would say that we would need to, at least scout the free agent market or try to trade for one. I mean, it sucks that we didn't trade for Jalen Ramsey. It would have been nice if we had Ramsey and Sherman.
Though Jalen Ramsey, I'm not sure about his mindset. I don't want guys that have even the slightest potential to cause a rift. I don't want him on the sideline arguing with Robert Saleh or anything like that. Some people say, you know what, you just take good talent and you deal with it. No, you don't, because I've seen too many teams screw up. Jalen, he's a good player, but he scares me.
Yeah, he's scary. But, we'll have to see with that situation. But I saw that there was a stat. I'm not taking the Vikings lightly. I know a lot of people are. The only reason why I'm not taking them lightly is because any team that can go into the Superdome and win, I don't care who you are, especially against one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time in that environment, you cannot take that team lightly.
Yes, agreed.
I saw a stat that, over the last, I think it was like the last 3 teams that have fumbled the ball on the first drive have gone on to win the Super Bowl. The Vikings fumbled the ball on the first drive, so I'm a little nervous.
Brandon, they probably read that stat you're talking about, and they probably do that on purpose.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a little bit superstitious, a little bit. I have a place that I sit in my house when I'm watching the game if it's too close. But I'll be at the game on Saturday. I'm happy to announce that. So,
all right.
I'll be bringing the noise.
Yes.
I still think
don't let them drown you out, too. You got to keep above them.
Yeah, I think it's going to be close. Don't you?
Well, that's been the trend lately. I feel like with the reemergence of the defenders we had at the beginning of the season, I see domination potentially being the case. Kwon, you just pointed out, he makes a huge difference in that area back there. It goes without saying, Kwon Alexander is amazing for what he does for that defense. If I got D Ford bringing the pressure up front, now Nick Bosa does not have to carry the main load as far as that pass rush. I got a feeling this could be a brutal game as far as the 49ers defending the Vikings, something like what happened to Green Bay and
I'm worried
Cleveland.
About their defense. I'm worried about their defense. I'm not worried about our defense. I'm worried about theirs specifically because
Brandon,
I just think that, did you see what they did to Breeze?
Yeah, but here's the thing. Kyle Shanahan, he knows what's coming. Watch and see what happens to that scary-looking defense this weekend. The defense, offensively, I'm never worried. There is no force or human being in the NFL There's no DC that can outcoach Shanahan, and I firmly
That's
believe
true.
that. Shanahan
That is true.
He's just above everybody else. They're not going to stop him. I just want to know, can we stop them? All right. Hey, but Brandon, we got to go. Hey, get him back here tomorrow if you get a chance, okay?
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. It's been a while, but I will definitely be back.
All right, look at me, Brandon. Have a good night.
Ronbo. Have a good evening. Yeah.
You too.
Bye.
Shalio!
Hey, Ronbo, how are you?
Shalio, you know, man. I tell you, I'm pumped up, man. I may get too pumped up like I always do. There's been some games I came into the season, I came crazy like this, and when the game came, I got surprised by a couple of teams this year. I thought we were going to beat hell out of them. First quarter was a struggle. Second quarter, not looking good. Second half, we're starting to get control. Fourth quarter, it's a game. Shalil, you know, this is not good for the body, man. It's making people crazy. This game, I don't want that.
You know what, Ronbo? Before I start, I'm gonna say, how about them cowgirls? How about them cowboys? How about them traders? How about them seacocks? The lambs? Woo!
Hey, still, I love when you do that, man. I knew he was going to do it.
Man. They were
I was just
talking
waiting
about
for it. You have to add the Giants, too. They just made a stupid coach hire. The NFC least is becoming a very silly conference. Man. But anyway, Shalil, hey, now you already know we got Kwon coming back. I want to get your reaction to that. And Kyle Shanahan's telling people, man, I am not going to tell you who's starting opposite Richard Sherman. Don't ask me this. You know, what do you think?
Oh, we're gonna bring the fire. K1 brings the fire. When K1 is playing, Fred Warner's playing, the whole D-line is playing. Fred Warner gets pumped when K1's playing, especially. So we're gonna bring some fire on that D.
I tell you,
Hello?
I'm listening. I'm just listening to you, and
I'm
I'm
sorry,
telling you right now.
I thought I got cut off.
No, you're okay. And this is the thing. I think we see the defense look a lot different than we've seen for the last few weeks. Because, you know, each and every week, Shalil, we're going into the fourth quarter, and all of a sudden something goes wrong, and all of a sudden it's a game. Now, see, that has a lot to do with the defense. I'm tired of that. We need to put a foot on the neck of these teams like we did against Carolina, against Cleveland, Jameis Winston and his company, all these teams that thought they could hang with us for the first half. By the time the third quarter came around, the game was over, basically. I would love to see Nick Mullins get some playoff experience, if you know what I'm saying. So if the fourth quarter looks just ridiculous, let Nick play, Coach. Yes, that's what I'm begging for.
When we're up by 40, but you know what? It's going to be more than 40. It's going to be a smacking. They don't know. They don't know what's coming, man. They played a team called the Poodats, and the Poodats. Every time anyone plays them in the playoffs,
yeah,
like the other caller was saying, it's an easy win.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the Saints.
And you know what? And the other caller was also saying he's going to be Captain Crunch. No, he's going to be Captain Choke. He's Captain Choke.
Getting soggy.
He always chokes.
Getting soggy under the milk.
He's a choke artist. He just got lucky. That's all that happened. The Saints D ain't that good. That's why they call Poodats.
We threw on the Saints all day long in Nolans, right?
Oh yeah, we killed them.
And Marcel Harris.
If our D was a little bit tight, that game, it would have been 48-3.
At least, you know, they would have scored some points, but nothing like they did. Marcel Harris was in there for Kwaski. Dre Greenlaw was playing, his second game? You know what? These are all things we need to figure out here. Anybody worried? We beat the Saints on a secondary, and D Ford wasn't even there either. He played, 2-3 minutes? Shh, man, we got this.
I ain't worried, Ronbo. I'm just worried about that D. That defense is really good. One of the players I'm really worried about is that Kendricks guy. And when we played him in 2018, he was a
force. Is he the one that said it? Yeah, Jimmy G was scared. We had him scared to death. Who was that that said that? Which one of them clowns? They thought they scared G.
Was it Everson Griffin?
I think it was. You're right. It was.
I think
Everson.
It might have been.
Yeah, it was Everson. Yeah, Everson. I hope Everson brings his lunch with him this game because man, he could be out there a long time waiting for Jimmy G to get scared. And also, we should have won that game anyway. We made some goofy mistakes. Go back and watch that little clip that they got out about what happened last time. Man, ain't nobody gonna be fumbling the ball on no 1 yard line. And also, them passes that George Kittle dropped, he ain't gonna be dropping them this time. And we had Marquise Goodwin out there hurt. Man, come on, man. I can't wait for this game. Cannot wait.
And you know what? Don't be surprised if Kyle Shanahan plays Dante Pettis that game, like some minutes, because Dante Pettis gave him a hard time that first game against the Vikings.
Xavier Rhodes couldn't do nothing with him.
Scramble and throw a deep ball to Dante Pettis.
And that was the prettiest shot I've ever seen. Shalil, remember that throw? Jimmy G, that was all arm. Where was he back? A 20-yard line?
All arm.
When people keep talking about Jimmy G can't throw the deep ball, Jimmy threw that ball without any legs. Shot. That ball was on its way past the end zone. Dante made that catch a toe tap at the edge of the end zone. If they bring Dante back for this game, Shalil, I'm going to remember what you said right now. Because Dante Pettis and Xavier Rhodes do not get along. Rhodes does not want to deal with Dante. Does Dante have the mentality right now to get in there?
And Xavier Rhodes has bad shoulders. And one of the interceptions that Xavier Rhodes made, Kittle came in, just slammed him on his shoulder. So Kittle's going to be messing around with Xavier. See that matchup as well this weekend.
They're going to try to take him out like they took out Michael Thomas. But I feel sorry for any team that thinks they're going to take out George Kittle. Kyle Shanahan hopes a team gives too much energy to one player. This team's about distribution anyway. If he takes out George Kittle with too much personnel, they will pay. And they'll get up off of George in about the first quarter. I see that coming right now.
That's for sure.
Oh.
Yeah, Kyle's. You're just gonna see a lot of screen passes. They're gonna be like, "Oh my goodness," because they play a 3-4 defense. 3-4 defense, right?
Do they? Yeah, I think. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think they play 3-4. So if that's the case, then you're gonna see a lot of screen passes.
Mm-hmm.
We're just gonna be messing with them the whole game.
Mm-hmm. And I hope they're.
But not too much. Not too much foolery, Kyle. I don't expect Sean Payton.
You know,
he messed up the game for the Saints and Drew Brees.
Yeah, Sean, I know he's a legend, but you know what? Shalil, he can't outplay, call, or design Kyle Shanahan. I don't. Oh, Ronbo, man, you done got too cocky. No, I'm just saying. I put Andy Reid, Kyle Shanahan. Actually, I do like what's going on in Philadelphia as far as some of the things they do when they got all their personnel. But Sean, I rank Sean around number 4, number 5. Sorry, Sean. Me and Sean got into it on Twitter. Would you believe it? It's funny. I made a joke, and Sean actually answered when I got through talking about him and his coaching decisions in the last part of that game. He actually responded.
You know what? There's no need to get mad at a guy that walks funny. You know, when he's pissed. See that video where he walks funny?
I know. That's what I was talking about. Is that a swish in that stride? Jaleel, we got to go.
All right, Rumbo. Shout out to the Niner Empire. Thank you for the platform. You have a good night.
Appreciate you, Sean. Shalil, you do too, fam. Oh, God. Shalil always makes me laugh, man. Hey, yeah. Oh, and we got anonymous bleeper. I've not seen it in a long time. It says we got a Niner Empire man down, bedridden in the hospital. Oh, okay. Let me get to Owen Sullivan first. I could have finished that. Owen Sullivan says, "Tell me right now, how do the Packers beat the Hawks? Just by showing up." Oh, come on, man. You guys, how many guys you got out? You got no running backs. I mean, and I'm not just saying it. You guys are under, if you had all your guys, okay. But come on, man, you can't beat the Packers with that team. Good luck. I hope you make it. Anonymous says, we got a Niner. By the way, Owen, thank you for the contribution. He says, we got a Niner Empire man down. I'm bedridden in the hospital, fighting for my life. All I need to feel better is a big... Oh, fam, you can't make that up. You must be serious. Let me. Hang in there, all right? You can beat it, whatever it is. Niners! For you, fam, get better. Donna Bell says, Marquise, hurt or going through? I don't know what's going on with Marquise, but they put him on the IR. I don't remember him doing anything to get hurt. I think Kyle just looked at his physical and mental. I think Kyle looked at his mental condition. Because remember Kyle said something, he had ankle and knee and leg stuff, something going on. When did he do it? Practice? What's anything about practice? We didn't see him in the game enough to get hurt. I don't know what's going on with that. But I do appreciate the fact that they finally brought a child in the world with no complications. So happy about that. All right. And Victor Bluefire, there's a pray for Anonymous and Roberto. Yeah. He'll be okay. He'll be okay. Yeah, DJ. Somebody asked about DJ Jones. Yeah, he's out for the season. Because we can only bring one guy off the IR, and that was going to be who it is now. The IR position, and as far as that goes, you're only eligible to bring off one guy. So Kwon's got that. So DJ's going to take the rest of the season off. Johnny said, Victor Bluefire cannot get over Hoyer. He still talks about him. Hey, wait, who's that? Okay. Yeah, David Hitman says, say a prayer. Yeah, say a prayer for our guys. Adrian H. Dragon, 13-3. My prophetic season to the bowl. Everybody said 13-3 at the beginning of the season. You know me, I was scared at the beginning of the season. And look at that. Hey, Anonymous, you got that? All right, good. You're welcome, fam. You just do us a favor and get better, will you? Hey, I'm going to go ahead and take off because I'm going to be back before you know it anyway. Fam, hit that like. Can't wait to talk to you tomorrow about some more Niner football. Niners! Singing ooh la la.